What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy. You guys are watching Inside the Coils. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's going to be just a panel live tonight, guys. So if you have any questions, any topics you want to cover, drop them in the chat tonight, and we will cover them. The main topic that I do want to cover, because it popped up in the channel member group chat, is like working dinkers, like basically working projects, how to work those projects properly to the fullest potential, just how to go through that whole process, dinkers and everything. So that's what we're going to be mainly talking about tonight. And like I said, if you guys got any questions, other topics you want to cover, just drop them in the chat and we will go over them. Backstage, we've got Mr. John Triforce Marshall. What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. I'm tired. Push mowing the yard when it's about a foot tall. Not recommended, folks. Do not let the grass get that tall.
It's time to wake up.
Yeah. Well, hey, I know you guys will wake me up, so there's no fear in that. And we got Mr. Sorrentino.
Yo.
What up, brother?
Hey, paisanos.
What's up, everybody? This is for you, all you juggalos and juggalettes.
Here we fucking go.
God, did you guys see the one I posted in the group chat the other day?
I might. Yeah, probably.
He jumped onto the thing of barbed wire and he starts screaming about he's back. I'm there thinking, it's like, well, what did you really think was going to happen in this situation?
He goes, fuck this shit.
Oh, that dude. So many videos.
And then he just cries the whole time after he dies. It's like, Jesus Christ. I missed my calling, man. I did a lot of dumb shit as a kid. I knew I could have been a YouTube star.
Dude, we could have had like Jackass show.
Bro, I see memes all the time to show Christine. I'm like, I did this shit for free. You ever see that woman, the guy singing in the mirror? He freaking like turns the mirror this way and turns the mirror, he sings in the mirror and acts like he's doing like a concert with all the mirrors.
Yeah.
But I did that shit for free for years.
Oh, God. Let's say hi to some people. We got Jamie Targod Morris, one of the channel members. What's going on, Jamie? Good to see you.
Jamie?
And Mr. Vance, Blue Zombie, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. We got Ron in the house. What's up, Ron? Exotic Dream Chasers.
What's up, everyone?
Ron.
We got the Real Rizzo. What's going on? Another channel member. And we got Brittany, Fire Baby.
Brittany!
See ya. And look at this guy that just hopped in here. Sammy,
2%.
what's going on, Pink Panther?
Yeah,
Thanks
2%.
for tuning in. And this is my best friend right here, guys. This is my best friend, Mel. Okay.
I haven't got meat yet.
All to meet Mel in case it's your first time. This is Mel. Okay.
Mel's meat. Haven't got it.
Mel's also a breeder.
Which will not come on the show because he is too top tier for all of us.
Mel's meat breeder.
He will not mingle with the peasants of the industry. He's top upper echelon.
Mel, come on and drop some knowledge.
Dude, I want Mel to come on and drop some knowledge. He claims so he likes to work from the shadows, so I don't know.
On the hook of that phone up, let's go. Bring him in.
Dude, Mel, you want to jump in tonight, bro?
Send you the link.
Come on.
I'll send you the link, Mel. You want it? What up, Paulie? Good to see you, bro. Hopefully you take me up on my offer, Paulie. Hopefully.
What are you offering, Paulie? What kind of backdoor deals you got going on?
Oh, no, it's not a backdoor deal. Paulie got a sibling to my green trees.
Gotcha.
And the little sucker's just kind of not wanting to cooperate, to say the least.
I heard a little bit of the story.
So I told him, I was like, dude, if you're coming to the barbecue, bring the little guy along, and I'll give a shot at it. Because I've been walking him through like what I've done. Because the green one, right off the rip, you didn't really have to do anything. He was right off the rip, just feed me. Yellow one, you had to poke him around a little bit with the mouse to get him to get that instinct. And of course, every once in a while, the yellow one, you still got to do it. He just kind of, some nights you open the tub up, poof, he's there. Other nights, he's just kind of like chill. So I told Paul, dude, I'll film the feeding that I do with him. So that way you could see how I go about it. Because I had Paulie send me video of him feeding.
I know they're very temperature sensitive when they're little. Like The weird.
His temps are exactly like mine, dude. That's what's goofy. Like the
temps
are identical almost.
What do you have him at?
83. Roll 82. Anywhere between 82, 83 roughly is what the temp gun reads on the perch. Now
I've got that down as a baby. You can take that down to like 79 to 80. So he might even going lower because if my green tree sits in my hallway, he's 16 years old. 15, 16? Well, he's 16. And he's been at room temperature since the day he started eating. We got him. He didn't eat. They had him at 85, blah, blah, blah. They couldn't get him to eat. Well, we got him. And it was by coincident luck that he ate at room temp, basically, which was 79 to 82, whatever. That's what my upstairs is 90% of the time because all the snakes.
Yeah.
But he's been at that since he did that so perfectly. And like I said, we thought we were going to lose when we got him. He's been consistent for freaking 17 years or whatever.
If
16
his temp
years.
fluctuates anyway, he moves to the bottom and he won't eat.
Right, yeah. If he gets to
That's
right upstairs, he goes down to the bottom. He'll start burrowing himself underneath his bedding.
Huh.
Yep. So I keep his bottom a little twice a week. I go and pour a little bit of water around and whatever. Keep his humidity way up. But he like I said, he rocks around that 79 to 80 degree like clockwork. Sometimes I think a lot of the people with the green trees, especially newer, overthink them.
I know that's like there is a lot of overthinking. A lot of people think that they need higher temps than what they really do.
He is my easiest snake by far to take care of, which I thought he was going to be my hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is so simple, easy. He's like having a corn snake.
Dude, like in all honesty, I forget. It was one of the podcasts I watched. It was kind of funny and to an extent true. Green trees are the exact opposite of ball pythons.
Yeah.
Instead of having a pet rock, you've got a pet acorn. And after they said it, I'm like, you know what? That's right. Like that basically is what it's a pet
like I
acorn.
said, he only moves a couple times a year. He's always in his coils. He's always like just sitting there. Once in a while he's backwards, and then once in a while during breeding season, especially during whatever their breeding season will be, he'll go down to the bottom. And if it gets too hot up here, I will have to go in a mist. Or like I said, starts creeping around 83, 84 upstairs. He'll go right to the bottom. Then we start really cooling down the house. So I'm like, oh, green tree's like my thermometer. He starts creeping down the bottom, like, oh, it's hot upstairs.
It's time to cool this shit off.
Like I said,
anyway, hopefully,
whatever, killing it.
Paulie, maybe just take. I mean, depending on what your ambient temp is, maybe take the heat completely off and see if that.
Put him in another room. Like I said, Paulie has a couple area for reptiles. I don't know where he has them right now. Like I said, he might be able to put it in the comments, but I know he has stuff downstairs in his living room, maybe his bedroom.
I think he took it. I think he said he was moving it upstairs to where it was a little bit cooler.
Okay.
Well,
so
what about the
it had a
gecko
little bit more
room?
temperature gradient. So
The gecko room's probably cooler, right?
Gecko room, I think, is a little too cool. I think Joey keeps that gecko room between 72 and 75.
He says it's in the bedroom. He's in the bedroom.
The gecko room would probably be a little too cool for him.
It's one of those things where it's like, I was fortunate enough not to have any issue with mine really, other than, hey, nudge them. Hey, here's the mouse. Go on, perk up. Let's do this. But it was funny because when I went to go film it Thursday night, I opened up the tub and he came right out and just snatched the mouse. I'm just like, well, delete this video. Completely pointless.
Has he tried feeding mice yet, or is he doing like pinks, or what's he trying?
I think he's done. I think he's basically been doing mice like me, and like what
Doing live.
I think he did live, frozen thawed. They should be all on frozen thawed.
Yeah, I would try just to get it going. Try something stunned, like a live mouse. Something with fur though. Like when a lot of these snakes, they see pinkies, man. They're like, "What the fuck is that alien?" They're like, I ain't eating that shit.
Well, I told him as like chick down. Chick down might be the trick to kind of flip that switch a little bit, maybe.
Good.
I mean, there's so many different avenues. Paulie, actually, the other thing is get like some shed from a crested gecko. Get that lizard set.
What was Gary feeding when you guys got them? Because they were established.
Nice. Yeah, no, they're good. They're well established.
They're established.
That's what the issue is, though. It's like, what the hell's going on? Like, why did all of a sudden just kind of...
Right. Usually when
Take
they're
off
you
food.
don't want to go screwing them up with all kinds of shit either.
True. And he said it's been frozen, thawed, mice, tried live ASF as well.
Usually when it comes down to feeding, especially something like that, it usually is a temperature husbandry kind of issue.
Yeah.
Definitely try to dial that in first. If you get that dialed in, then move on to the next stage.
Yeah, and he says first time he fed him, he took it right away. So it's like it ate the first time, and then all of a sudden just poof, I'm done.
Oh, it ate the first time.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully, if he doesn't get it eating by the time the barbecue comes around, hopefully, Paulie, you come to the barbecue, and I'll do my best to work some magic on it.
Should have got a carpet, Paulie.
I wish I knew somebody that had some carpets for sale. I'll tell you what, man, the last carpet is gone.
Nice.
Sold this weekend. It's a sad, sad day at Warfels Millers now.
Well,
No more carpets for sale. And I don't think there's any getting laid because these girls apparently like to play Jeremy off to be the fool because I don't even know what the hell's going on with them. I'm not even trying to figure them out anymore. I'm just kind of,
They're reabsorbing.
Well, but they shouldn't have reabsorbed eggs. That's the thing. Like, they ovulate at like 25 mil. I ultrasounded them and they were over 30.
yeah, it's weird.
And now it's just like nothing's going on. Like they're not where they had spots cleared out now. Like they're not even at their nest site. They're eating still. Like, dude, it's got me confused.
Frustrated.
It's like it just goes to show no matter how much you think you've got something figured out, there's always a curveball to be thrown at you as a learning experience. And this is exactly that.
I just had my first full and fertile clutch of a ball python eggs.
Ooh.
I have hundreds of snakes I've done. I've never had a full and fertile of good, beautiful eggs that just didn't have any freaking anything in them. So, and it was a pretty wanted pairing too, man. It was a bang clown to a banana bang or banana.
Oh, dude.
She laid me 10 eggs. I think she still has one lodged in her, stuck high. They all came out. They were all infertile. Big. She lost the clutch weight of her 1,300 grams.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
Yep. So she's now a pile of freaking bones. All the no eggs now survived it. So it was just a big clusterfuck from A to Z. I've never seen it before. I've had infertile eggs in clutches, or I've had infertile eggs with the slugs.
Yeah, I just had one.
But I never seen with like no slugs or no other good eggs with them. All bad. Everyone perfect. All bad. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like said, no matter how many years you do this, no matter how much you see, something will come out of a curveball left field.
Yep, curveball.
The girl that laid me that massively infertile clutch, because it was the lesser girl. She laid it massively infertile clutch 2 years ago. There were only 2 good eggs, and out of those 2 eggs, there was only 1 good baby because the other one was.
But you got a good egg and
used like crazy.
I've seen it with 1 or 2. I have never seen full without a slug too.
Yeah.
Usually with infertile clutch, you at least get a slug. The male was trying, or the male sperm was no good. But the funny thing is, the craziest part about it, that girl was parallel, literally in my 70 series. So imagine, 1, 2, 3. The girl here, like 2 bins over, same row, 8 eggs, perfect. And I thought she was gonna be the one to fuck up. I paired her 1 time in freaking Christmas time. Never paired her again because I didn't want her really to go this year. Boom, blew them all up. Freaking shot out 8 perfect eggs.
It's freaking nuts.
So I'm like, okay, like, fuck, man. Usually you're like, okay, was it the rack? Was it the male to this? Was it that? The other male that basically hit her, the back clown, he has 2 other clutches growing. I'm just praying to God they're perfect because like I said, he's got a rack over here that everything in that rack, the 2 males already laid or whatever, girls laid, so it's not the rack hot. Like I checked everything. I just went like,
yeah, you've gotten clutches from him last year, right?
Oh yeah, he's good. Even the girls grown. I have 2 other girls building right now. They're both done waiting for sheds and all that shit. I just had to make sure they're not infertile because then I'll be like, all right, maybe something was happening with this part of the rack. Was it too warm? You know what I mean? Any of that kind of shit. Or was this just a freak ass thing?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Did anything spike or did you lose power?
No, because the other males, I have a couple other males in the same rack, their eggs are good. So
See,
it's not
sometimes I
just
wonder
like-
if it's not like the female end though, because that lesser girl that gave me the goofy clutch the last time she laid, this time she had 3 or 4 slugs. I mean, now the rest of the eggs were good. I think there's 5 good eggs, but she had those 3 slugs in there. So it's like, all right, is there something with her?
I just think once in a while, man, this shit happens. Like literally, everybody always like. I get a lot of questions about this shit. Like, I'm like the guy to go to ask. Like, oh, this happened. I'm like, have you ever seen this for John? I get that all the time, and I'm like, well, yeah. Like, or once in a while, you're like, oh no, I never seen that shit.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, bro.
but what's it called? Like, even Shane this year. He popped out a clutch. Well, it was something I never seen before because the whole top of the eggs were red. They didn't make it, but the whole point was it was like something new. Like they were soft looking. Like you look like you literally just reach into the eggs. That's how thin they were.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like the veins were almost on the outside of the egg looking.
Is that
Dude,
just
that's
low on
weird.
calcium? Calcium deficient?
Well, it was calcium deficient, but here's the kicker. Of course, like I said, it was all weird. He ended up then losing that girl. So what was wrong? Something was wrong from the get.
Something was going
First
on.
one he's ever lost.
Yeah.
It was no fault of his own. Girl ate like a beast. She was a fat girl. Like he did everything. He's like, and he thought he did something wrong. And I'm like, nah, bro. I was like, these snakes will just do certain times. Like, just do what the fuck they want. It's
So sometimes there's just no stopping.
Mother Nature. She could be a bitch.
his, and in his mind, he's thinking like, I never lost one. Like, well, what happened here? It's not like he has 100 or 500 snakes or anything, but it was a shock to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
on smooth. So
that first one you lose is always the hardest. It doesn't get any easier.
Yep.
But that first one's always the hardest because that's
Especially if you raised it up, dude. 2
Yeah.
years feeding it, growing it.
Of course, it was one of his
All
best
that wait and anticipation, and then just blah. That's tough, man. That's tough.
Yeah, not that he put his business out or he lost a snake, but like I said, I don't think he'd mind me telling the story because, like I said, it was literally
It happens.
everything by the book. Anybody's breeder knows this shit happens. Like nobody wants to claim like, oh, I lost 3 snakes this year. I lost 2 snakes this year. But the more you do, the more chances go up with this weird stuff kind of happening.
Well, the more, I mean, you figure the more you're breeding it, you're stressing more animals out. Or depending on how many animals that one male is going to, you're stressing him out even more. It's the ugly side no one talks about because they don't want people to know about it, I think sometimes. But it's one of those things where it's good to talk about it. So when people do understand it happens, it's not just them. It happens to us all.
You just never know. Even like, and here's another real quick story. Again, it was happened, I think, last week, whatever. Ron hit me up. Shows me a clutch of eggs. John, how many eggs do you think are in this? He bought a champagne leopard double head clown ghost from me, breeder female, back in whatever last year. So he bred her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, I sold them to her about like 2,400 grams. She's probably like 2,900 right now or whatever. Somewhere in there, 26, 29. So I'm like, I don't know, 9 good eggs, probably like 10. Or maybe she's a real pretty big girl, whatever. Bro, she popped out like 13 eggs. Now they were just little chicklet little eggs, but she just kept popping them out. I got girls that are freaking 3,500 grams sometimes will drop 7. And they're like,
but they're big ass eggs.
So it's like there's no rhyme or reason about like egg count, how big they're gonna be. Some girls will just go crazy extreme and just keep popping them and like lose all their weight. You have other girls who looks like they didn't even breed. They're done like they're sitting on their eggs. You're like, holy shit, I could breed her again if I wanted to. She kept them at home.
Yeah, some of my big breeder girls, man, when they lay, they don't even look like, they're good. I'm like, oh, I love you.
It is insane.
A lot of my first year girls, like I didn't even breed them this year. I just wanted to get them back up to a good weight.
We got some girls that are clockwork here, and that's another thing nobody like. When people are buying snakes and shit, nobody's asking any of these questions. Did she lay before for you? How did she do? Blah, blah, blah. Like a lot of them questions never get asked. And I'm sitting there thinking, I put a girl up and it's a good one, and I have to put it at a certain price point because that's what like the rest of the market is and shit. And it's just sitting. I'm like, you have no idea how fucking awesome this particular snake is, right? And you can't like really tell anybody because it's an ad. And then there's, of course, 1,000 other ones, and you're looking at them like 2022 or whatever, 2021, and you're looking at it and it's never laid eggs. And you're like, wow, why is that dude in there? How big a breeder is he? Why is he getting rid of that snake? And people are scooping them up like, oh, it's cheap. Well, guess what, bro? It's probably not going to lay for you either.
Yep. There's a reason more than likely.
Right. You have to look at a guy like, why is he selling a breeder? Like, if you're a snake breeder, why is he selling it? There's two reasons, right? He needs room, or it's probably not doing shit for him at that point, depending on, or they're just upgrading. But
I say, or it's, I know, like for instance, like I'm gonna be releasing a bunch of breeder stuff, this season,
right?
But it's all just because of making room, because it's stuff that, like for instance, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be getting rid of my one normal triple het female, and it's just because I don't really need her at this point because I've got better, I don't want to say better stuff, but I need room for my Xanthic projects, and I still got chocolate triple het here. Well, why do I want to,
it's an upgrade.
It's an upgrade. It's making room.
You've really got to pay attention to that stuff when you're buying snakes, guys, because I've got new guys the whole time hit me, ask questions, kind of like mentoring, whatever it is. And I'll be like, bro, I just got this blah, 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 leopard, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, when did it lay? Well, it never laid. What year is it? It's 2018. Oh, you sure it's a female? Like, they got 100 and some reviews and blah, 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 and 500 followers. Instead, I'm like, this isn't good, man. This is not adding up to be like a really great thing.
I have sirens going off in my head.
Yeah, in my head, like I said, but I've been doing it, so I know kind of what to think about.
Yeah.
But if somebody came to me and said that, I'd be like, all right, wow, okay, well, if somebody might be just let it to the side and just never use it. That does happen. Yeah. But it's ask a question. Talk to them, because you could tell when somebody's like bullshitting you, but like, oh, this is whatever. But if you got a girl that's going 3 years in a row and you need the room, this girl's a great fucking snake, and it sits, right?
Yep.
So you just ask the questions. The wrong questions are always asked. I get the dumb. How big is she now? When's the last time she ate? Like, okay, cool, normal question, but nothing more. And I'm like, all right.
Nothing goes off of what you really should be asking.
Yeah, I got some girls that want to be moving out because I made the visual. The double visual, so I don't need the het. I don't need the Kodam het or hets anymore.
Well, that's the other thing too.
I got such a small collection. I got these 2 racks. That's it.
I get asked all the time, John, why are they so cheap? Sometimes on the morph market. What's wrong with them? What do you mean? What's wrong with them? I'm trying to compete in a market with 10,000 people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm sorry. So I'm trying to sell a snake, basically, whatever. I got to, it's racing to the bottom sometimes, but I need the room sometimes. So you'll know, like people that do know me, like people local and everything, know when I need room. The prices do come down quick. Boom, boom, boom. That's when you hit.
The John needs room super sale.
The whole back start coming out this time of year. The good snakes, like, because I know it's coming. So I'm sitting there looking at them going, all right, I have 3 of these. This got to go. Oh, got 3 of those. This got to go 2 of these. So the great snakes start hitting, but you still got to be in the market to try to move them. So I'll start doing sales to just keep whatever. So there's always a time of year to like really start watching and everything. But it's just, I think a lot of people are just going the wrong schedules with certain shit. Money might be an issue. But it's pretty funny. It's watching like how it goes every year. This year's a little different with the whole auctions and everything. Like it's really, if you guys go to the auctions, man, they're up over like 350 almost every week now at this point because of all the free auctions with shipping and all that shit. So you're really playing in a pool of tons of auctions right now.
Yeah. And a lot of people wait for those auctions, and now they think that those are the prices that they should be getting.
Well, a lot of people are waiting for auctions for like great snakes, and they just don't happen.
Yeah.
So they're just waiting. They're like, oh, somebody's going to do it eventually. And they're like,
which is a good thing. Thing that those great snakes don't hit the auction block.
You might have a couple hit. Was what I'm saying though is like most of what people are looking for really don't hit, right? It's like if you look at it realistically, it's a tier under what you really should be buying if you watch it auction snakes. There's definitely some good ones you can get great deals on as pet quality snakes, but I'm talking about like a heavy hitter shit. Like a Cypress clown, right? Goes up in auction. Okay, I'm looking at it. What's it have in it? Probably pastel. Which is great if you can get it for a great deal, but it's not probably the smart move moving forward if you don't want pastel in your collection. Like we're kind of getting past that kind of realm of shit. Back in the day, we had to do that because it was the only way to afford snakes.
Yeah, and breed it out. Yeah.
Right, because the one you wanted was $3K, and the freaking one pastel might have been $2K. And you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna save myself $1,000. But now you're only saving yourself a matter of a couple hundred. At this point, like a couple $100, man, I think I'd rather spend a couple $100 up front than be like, oh shit, everything's hit pastel now. It's all hard to sell.
And everything that you want to keep and hit, when you hit it, it'll have pastel in it. Just how it always works.
No effing doubt.
Sammy asks, does anybody have any really, really good clutches coming?
Yeah.
Bang it, bang, 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 bang.
I say I got the bang. Okay, we'll find out this week if the bangs are doublehead or not. The clutches are off to Charlie, which is why everybody, I did not post a video this week. I was originally going to post the clutch cutting and, showing off the bangs and stuff. But I thought it's like, I'm going to wait to do that one so that way I know if they're het clown or not.
I just had a clutch play today. Perfect example, exactly what we were just talking about. I bought a pastel Enchi Stranger Clown about 2 years ago. The prices were at the time between $5,000 and $3K.
Yep.
Well, for the pastel one was on the bottom towards the $3K. Well, I didn't have $5K to really play around with at that point. So my wife bought it for my birthday. It was gorgeous. It didn't matter.
Yep.
The Holker was gorgeous. But I went for the pastel because it made sense at that time. It was thousands of dollars cheaper. So, but now I put it to a vanilla hurricane. And now guess what? Now I got a fucking Dodge pastel.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. I don't think it'll hurt that because pastel vanilla, holy fuck, dude.
It will. Here's the sense: it won't hurt the look.
It will if you're going for dark.
It will hurt the look on dark, right? But it will.
What's up, Paul?
Some of them are gonna be gorgeous, but it will hurt the look on value because all of us dumbass breeders out there freaking are like, oh, pastel freaking looks the same in all clowns. So new people heard that shit. They don't want to pay money for them now. So, like I said, it hurt ourselves with that shit. Every one of us as breeders did that at some point. Talking. So
yeah.
Somebody will get a great freaking snakes. Like I said, the juice is worth the squeeze. If you see it, the regular price, say I hit a Stranger Hurricane, and that's $1,000. And pastel Stranger Hurricane is going to be half.
Yeah.
Worth it at that point. That we save $500. Like buy that snake. Now let's go shoot. But if it's only $200 difference or $300 difference, well, take the money and put it towards the one snake you want. When you're saving a shit ton of money, I totally get like, I'll breed around this.
Certain things.
Dude, she was glowing in that picture. Holy crap. She got that glow before you go. Damn.
Yeah, it's a badass pairing. Like I said, it was a pastel Enchi Stranger Clown to a vanilla Hurricane Het Clown.
Yeah.
The potential's high. It's just I'm just hoping to God that they the ones I want all don't hit pastel.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully that Stranger hits a little hard too.
I'll be like, God damn it.
Dude, I gotta say, I was excited because I thought the second bang clutch was going to be hatched out for the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And it hatches like 2 weeks after the barbecue.
So we can't make fun of you? We can't.
Well, no, that's the one where I need Nate to help ID the shit. Because that's the bang het clown to the GHI Mojave het clown.
It's going to be hard, man. That's double dark.
ID your shit. He's going to look at you like, haha.
He probably will, but I'm still hopeful he'll take pity on my colorblind.
You're gonna
do it, and then I'm just gonna really laugh. So it's like
you're just gonna have to hold him till that test is complete.
Oh man, I hope Charlie gets that up and running.
Yeah, let's yell at Charlie. We should all harass Charlie.
Well, you figure he's got some bang sheds coming his way that he can put towards figuring out a test or whatever for too. So. I will say this though, for anybody that is working TSK, Mr. Sorrentino, Charlie did tell me that the TSK test will be up and running shortly.
Good.
He was getting the primers and stuff back, or good. But he was getting good primers in. I guess his last batch of primers was bad or something like that. I don't know how the whole thing works.
Dude, I'm slow. I thought he already had it.
Well, he had it, but there was something going on with the primers that made the test not work. I mean, I don't know how the whole testing thing works exactly, but he did tell me he's got the new primers coming in. So TSK should be ready and up and rolling here very, very soon. So
Just sold a snake on Morph Market. Ultramel. Got one left if anybody needs it.
Dalton.
Yeah. You got
There's
some
one.
nice
Calling
ultramounts.
DL pythons.
Got a little bit of size, so I think it's like 300, roughly around 300 grams. Great eater. She's my
Hey,
last one.
Gabby,
No
Dalton,
one's come.
Kai. What's up, Kai?
Kai, what up, brother? Good to see you in the chat, Kai. Do want to say again, Keith, thank you very much, bro, for the $2 super chat. I wish you had TSK in there, man, but I won't hold it against you. I greatly appreciate the love and support. And
He's
thank you very
BPI
much
all the way. Don't listen to these two fools right here.
Let me go ahead and run our first channel sponsor ad here real quick, and we'll get back to it.
ShedTesting.com is your premier choice when it comes to shed testing. Charlie is adding new tests on a regular basis, so make sure to stop by often to see what's been added to the website. Let ShedTesting.com shave years off of your breeding plans. They're fast, accurate, and can't be beat. Don't forget to use the code CARPET15 at checkout to save 15% off of your order. ShedTesting.com. Use the best.
Use the code, folks. Use the code.
You got to update that list. He's got Monsoon now.
I was gonna say he just added Monsoon. Yes, that's true.
Finish what you're saying, Jeremy. Use that code to get how much off?
15%.
All right.
15% off of your order, folks.
Was Fire and Vanilla on that
fucking up
too?
Charlie's ad, man. We cut you off. You have to keep going.
And if you have Husbandry Pro, you can use that code through Husbandry Pro as well when you order your tests now. So you could even use that code to get that 15% off of your order with Husbandry Pro. So use it, guys. Use it, use it, use it.
Speaking of VPI, I just had another girl lay a couple days ago. Pastel white lace to VPI Exantic pie.
Ooh.
So I'm going to try to get the lace Exantic heads on the ground this year. I did another female too. We'll see if she gets.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah, Pastel and Exantic is nice.
And he's phenomenal. The male I use is phenomenal. He's so nice. I'm not even sure if he's fire or not. So hopefully this clutch will prove it out or not. It's the first time I used him. So this year I did him to a couple things and see what that happens. I figured I'd try to get these laces on the ground with Exantic because I haven't seen much lace Exantic stuff.
Nope.
I know Kai made a couple last year. I missed the boat on some of it, but I'll catch up with him this year after we talk.
I think Fire and Vanilla is key in Exantic, man. It just
any of the enhancer genes really work well.
Yeah,
Exantic projects.
Vanilla, I love my Vanilla Leopard Exantic. He looks just killer. My Firefly Acid Exantic, she looks killer. So I think the Fire does something a little bit more to the Exantic as an adult than what the Vanilla does.
Yeah, for sure.
But normally I always thought Vanilla looked better as an adult than what the Fire did.
The thing with
I'm kind of torn on it.
What happens with Fire, you can get Fire to really lighten up, almost like DG-ish when it's an adult.
Yeah.
But most of the Fires that roll through had almost a granity type gene attached to them. So that's what you're seeing. There's a lot of noise in the Fires, especially like a lot of the old school Fire stuff. So when it hits like an Exantic, it almost puts like not a dirt pattern, I don't want to say, but like a light gray or whatever banding across the top of them. The way to clean that up though is like hit it with a lace, hit it with some yellow belly sometimes, always an orange dream. You can hit it with enhancer genes and it starts taking that color from the bottom, starts creeping up towards the top. And that goes for any mutation that you have Fire in. Fire really works well, and you just got to avoid Fire on the other side because you don't want to have Vanilla's the same thing, but it's a different tone and it's cleaner off the bat.
And no white snakes.
The Fire is more impressive. Fire next to Vanilla by itself, or Fire or something versus Vanilla something. But once you start adding stacked genes like a lace or any of these genes, the Vanilla will start outshining the Fire because it doesn't have that dirty, granny stuff going on in it.
Makes sense.
So,
and like Keith says here, fire to fire, you gotta watch your holdbacks and what you're throwing to because you're gonna make all white snakes them.
Super easy to do that.
So I work Vanilla,
but especially with the record keeping we got these days.
True.
Back in the day, it was like, oh yeah, nobody even were labeling their bins back then. Like, you were just like, oh, that's a cool snake in that bin. What was it again? Oh shit. But now you got always record keeping, so it's pretty easy to avoid cross contaminating, basically, especially with your own holdbacks.
Yeah.
Like you're buying something maybe and it might have a fire gene. Well, now you can get in trouble. But if it's your stuff you're making and moving forward with it, just this is for this project, this is for this project. Like,
Yeah.
At least that's how I try to do it. Don't mean I win a take once in a while because sometimes.
Dude, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of girls here that I wouldn't know had vanilla in them had they not come from a super vanilla, because some of them you can't see it. Like my GHI Mojave Trek, you can't tell she's got vanilla in her.
Yeah,
I know because from
even that one I showed you, that hurricane.
Yeah,
She's light in that picture. She's a generally dark snake. Like you would never know really vanilla's in her unless she came from your super.
yeah.
But she's not dark enough to be just a hurricane. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see. She made
even dad right now, he just said he's kind of dark. But she went through that glow, man. She brightened up.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and dive into the main topic tonight. Earlier, folks, for anybody that just jumped in, hit the like button, please. Before we go any further, make sure that like button has been hit. If you're new, hit that subscribe button because we are just shy of hitting that 4K mark. Like I think we were like 2 or 3 subs short of 4K.
Where'd you start the year off, John?
What's that?
What'd you start this year off with?
I think I was in the mid 3s.
Okay, it's not bad.
I think no. I mean, but here's the goofy thing: like when you get all but ready to like roll the the dial over onto the next 1,000, like YouTube like pauses your account for whatever reason. I don't like. I've seen it happen every time now. You'll get within like 3, subs, and your sub count does not move for days.
Weird.
And it's happened every time, but normally every day it's like I'm getting a couple handful of subs here and there every day. But when you get within like 3 to 5 of the next 1,000, just complete stonewall, nothing moves. Like it's like, okay, what the hell's going on here?
It is weird how it works.
So, but we are almost at that 4K mark. So please, everybody, if you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, please.
Come on, see if we can get the 4K tonight. I'm sure.
Yeah, and smash that like.
Yeah, and smash the like.
People.
Let me see here. Let's see if we got any new subs here while we've been going. No, we're at 39.97.
Oh, it takes 3 of you watching if you're not subscribed.
Come on, I'll take my shirt off.
Let's see if we can hit. See if we can hit the 4K.
Please subscribe to keep Sorrentino's shirt on. But
guess I better subscribe to your channel. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna unsubscribe.
Oh
God!
Really mess them up. Yeah, I lost some subscribers.
Going the other way, but like, oh damn.
Well, see, that does happen though. Like you'll go up and then you'll go down, and then you go up and then you go down. It's like, what the hell?
Morph Market followers are like that too. It's so weird, man. I'll have like splurts of like 9, 10 a day, and all of a sudden it'd be like 3, 4 weeks, nobody. Yeah. And it's like, how the hell did that? Like, I guess the snakes maybe got refreshed that day or something. It's just like so weird how it's like all or nothing.
Or the snakes got down far enough into the line because they're about ready to need refreshed, and yeah. No, I get it.
It is crazy.
So let's go ahead, dive into the main topic of tonight. And everybody that is watching, if you do have any topics you would like us to cover as well, as always, drop them in the comments. I'll spar them, and we'll just kind of go down the list of, as we get to them.
Yeah, just do a Q&A tonight.
Yeah, it's just, I figure it'd just be a nice little laid back Q&A type of deal, and just have a good fun show. I am going to try to get a guest on for next week.
Hey, Tara.
Yeah, what up, Tara? Voodoo Doll Royals channel member, running late. Unacceptable, Tara. Unacceptable.
Oh,
you're not that
break.
Late.
Give her a break. Her and her husband are awesome. I love them.
But let's talk about working a project properly, working with dinkers, how to properly, work through the dinker process. So it came up in the channel member chat about, working dinkers, how to properly do it. The channel's basically to go to do it properly, so that way what you are producing is actually reproducible, or what you have is reproducible, I guess is a better way to put it. So I thought it's like, that'd be a good topic to cover.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any dinkers, but
we all kind of have dinkers, if you want to per se call it dinkers. I know we sure do. Like, we have a lot of snakes that produce something that's not expected. It's kind of like laying in stuff. Like,
yeah.
I talked about on here a few times. I had a banana pie I got in years ago from a guy named Mario, and I did a lot of my pie projects from that boy. It was like basically the beginning.
I remember that.
Our pie journey. We've been spitting out these crazy pies that are brighter and whatever. I still, to this day, 9 years later, or whatever it is, I still can't put my finger on why. Now, it could be an extreme gene. It could be as simple as that. It could be just whatever, got a nuance gene and it's just making stuff brighter. It could be something that nobody's ever heard of, but they are coming out night and day. So it's almost like a dinker's project. Now, I'm terrible at marketing dinker. Back in the day, it was a lot different than it is today, because there's so many crazy polymorphism and all that crazy stuff in snakes today. And a lot of people are just like care about genes at this point in the game. Like, they don't even think like, oh, that snake's prettier than this one. I need that one over this one because it's missing, say they're looking for gravel or something. This one says gravel and that one said yellow belly, but this snake blows that snake away.
Yeah.
They'll buy the ugly snake because they think they're going to do something different, whatever, with that genetic. And it's like, and I get that because it's hard to really soak in genetics, right? Like, what is this? Why is it? They see a snake and they go, oh, it said gravel on the side, so I have to have that. Or it had Mojave or mahogany. So they go like, okay, I need that to make the snake I saw that was gorgeous. But they're missing sometimes, no matter how hard they try, they'll never make the snake they saw because it probably was beyond what they even thought. It was like put out there, and it's just like Nima said, but your mahogany may never make that mahogany. Your black pastel may never make that black pastel. So instead of like trying to file it down to what the snake actually looks like, they're chasing genes. So we're in a real weird gray area right now, because I get it all the time. But like, I'd have bought that if it had, and I'm like,
yeah.
And you look at it like, and they would say like some off the wall shit, like even lesser. If it had lesser, I'm like, you'd buy that if it had lesser? Did you just really say that to me? It's like the gene 100% that I don't want in this animal. Like, will you be making them next year? Oh, hell no. And it's like, well, okay. So then they'll buy whatever. They'll buy like the lesser yellow belly or something, whatever they want. But they don't realize like, that snake's not going to go anywhere. It's a shame. It's like, I know what you saw, I know what you're thinking, but you can never get there with what you're trying to buy.
Yep.
And then the price point or whatever it might be, and it's like, you're not making the $4,500 snake with a $50 snake. It's just, you could dream it, and a lightning strike could happen if you had the other side, and it has to have something going on, but it's not happening. Like, I don't know.
That's funny you said lesser, because I do my 3 lesser classes, but quick, they sold fast.
To the newer people, they will fly, but if you get an experienced breeder, what's the first thing they'll kick out? They'll kick out lesser. Why? Because the bell maker, and it's the worst bell maker. It makes white snakes with googly eyes, and like I said, if you miss and you do all this shit, like, so most breeders, and I like lesser, so this is no knock on it, but most breeders that are established doing shit will try and kick lesser out of their stuff. Now, I got some crazy lesser combos that I'll still hold on to and make cool snakes, because the newer people coming in, they're just eye candy.
Yeah.
Lesser banana, yellow belly, red stripe, or something. Like, you don't get much more like than that kind of shit as a banana combo. So they'll buy that. But the thing is, like, once you start getting deep into genetics, it's not making big time snake, no matter what you really do with it. You can take whatever to it. It's kind of gonna be whatever, especially if it's a male, right? You have to have some heavy duty girl on the other side of that male to actually make something worth holding back, first of all, or proceeding towards a project.
Yeah, now, I mean, I never intentionally went after to go work a dinker project, but I had stuff pop up in my collection. Like, I got something now that popped up in my bang. Just some wacky pattern. Both parents tested negative.
Did it have a
hurricane?
Did the bang come from Nate?
No.
Is the first okay.
Well, it came from Sterling original.
Came from Ken Masick.
What Chris got going on is a darker. Like you said, he showed me this. You got to start the story from the beginning, kind of, Chris. He got a lace from me, and my laces seem to run dark or light. So Chris got one of the darker, creamier, whatever, poppy laces. Well, then he got a bang from Ken Masick, right?
Yeah, bang head clown.
All the bangs at that point, like Nate had and stuff, like there wasn't as many holes down the side for the heads and all that shit. One he got from Masick was a different color tone with a ton of holes down the side. And when he first got it, everybody was like, wow, that's different. So what I think has happened with Chris is Ken had a gene, whatever it was, a granite type gene or anything along them lines, attached to that bang, went into the weird gene on my lace, and then made this very dark, not dark, it's not dark, different toned bang animal.
Okay.
It's really awesome. Like I said, pictures.
Even the lace is weird.
Right. Even the lace
and the
is
normal.
Weird. That's how we knew it was differently and genetic, because it's coming out with a really wacky pattern. It's coming out with a different color tone than normal bang or bang lace. And they're basically all presenting this scribbled up hurricane pattern. So much so that Chris tested it for hurricane. Like, it looks hurricane. It looks GHI-ish. Like, it has that
up the O's and all that.
He tested it for that. Came back negative. So now it's, what is this effing thing? The craziest part is he made two. Bang.
Okay.
Bang lace with the one gene, which was basically probably part of what I have, because a lot of my lace stuff comes out not like a black back look, but most laces have a dorsal. What I have some bangs that come out, they're over and up and over, kind of like blackhead, kind of like not a dorsal. They're just up and over patterns, not all the way over, GHI kind of looking weird. So Chris had this basically two laces. One came out with all black, and one came out with blushing. So it's a gene. It's a dinker project. No matter how he wants to look at it at this point, it's hard because he doesn't know. So that's a perfect example of a dinker project.
Well, and the vanilla I worked like a dinker project.
Yes.
I didn't know there was hurricane in that.
The first time I came over, I looked at you. I was like, "What the fuck is this shit, Chris?"
There's a vanilla.
You didn't even say vanilla. You didn't even know at that point how long back it was. You were like, "I don't know."
Goofy.
I'm like, dude, that's like vanilla. That's like whatever. And he's like, well, I got the super vanilla over here. And I'm like, bro, look at the patterns. Like,
and then I made the super, and now I'm going for the super. And once I hit the super, I was like, I think it's Hurricane Trick. I still got to send that jet out to see if it is.
You remember that Dinker Matter thing you got for me that ended up not being champagne at all?
Oh my God, that thing was insane.
Blew every gray matter I ever made away. Well, I gave Chris this crazy ass.
Dude, he had a bald head and all.
He had this big white head, like the bald head of vanilla. So what it ended up being, I think, was like some kind of vanilla black pastel with this crazy ass, like the beginning of urban camo shit. And I think what it came in as, I never sold any of my shit as urban camo because I didn't buy it as whatever, sandblast.
Sandblast.
Well, originally I got it from where the sandblast came from, and it was called Fader and all that shit back then. So I was probably selling urban camos for freaking 1/10 of the price for freaking like 7-8 years. It came out with the blotching all over them. Well, Chris got one that had vanilla in it, and it was just this pied looking, damn near pied, crazy ass gray slate snake. And then like he ended up selling it. And it's regret. Like if I could be making those snakes today, it would change them. I don't know where that snake went.
I'd have to look.
Nobody's ever made anything close to it since, and I haven't even made one close to it since.
Damn, you're making me feel bad.
I told you to give it back to me, you sucker. You sold it. You were like, I just fucking sold it the show.
I know.
Joel hit the table and a tear ran down my eye. I said, oh.
Dude, there's so much stuff I let go, and I'm like, I don't, but it's just I have to rotate other holdbacks up. I wish I had space, man. There's so many animals that I don't want to let go. I sold that super vanilla hurricane. I wish I would have kept her.
He was giving me all kinds of shit, Jeremy. He's like, You motherfucker sold me a fake fuck. I was like, bro, I'll give you 2 matters back for it. He's like, hold on. He's like,
Hold on here. Hold
he's like,
on
hold
here.
on.
I got
He just
something.
offered me 2 fucking matters. He's like, this thing might be good.
I'm a bootleg matter.
I was just
Dude, I tell you, he was
phenomenal.
The
I
reason
think the girl
asked
that
you,
got him don't breed. I think she just got him as a display animal. She doesn't breed. I'm almost positive as a woman, and she doesn't. This is this pet.
Fucking crazy.
the reason I asked Chris as to where the bang came from is because the boy that I got from Nate, out of that clutch, there was one normal,
Right.
had a very distinct head pattern. Okay. And Nate said he's produced something almost identical. And John did too. Almost identical. So it's like, all right, it's something.
Something's peeling off it. I have no doubt.
What is it? And
Well,
is
my
it
female bang head clown is from Nate.
okay.
Well, if you really think about genetics and like think about, we'll go back 5 years. All right, since before the boom of COVID, a lot more projects were being worked out back then because there wasn't as many snakes in the market and all that kind of stuff. So people really took dinker stuff kind of more seriously.
Sure.
Well, what happened since then is basically just like the banana boom. People were like, "Oh shit! I just got a spot in the red stripe yellow belly clown. I'm going to take it to black pastel clown, make Pompeii's," and like they started focusing on what they knew or what they heard were the best snakes. And these things were being plopped out there, a picture of it. People were like, "I want to make that. Do you got the ingredients to that?" And like I said, everybody started like going that way. So now we're like flooded on kind of on some of these genetics, and a lot of people put down the dinker projects because they didn't bring in the value of what they thought the other stuff did. Because it's hard to really explain without doing like a whole series on what is this. Started from start. Could be 10 years ago you started this thing, but like documentation of starting this project to wherever it got to. Because it's, you know, and I know, and as well as Chris knows, we are nowhere near the end of genes. What we have out there is out there. Like we're finding now there's 4 yellow bellies, then there's 3 black pastels, and every snake at some point has a nuanced gene in it, right? Just like human beings, like humans are, you know, if you're white, you know, we all look different white. If you're black, you all look different black. It doesn't matter. One little thing's going to change the complexity of why you look, right? These snakes are the same way. Like the hook and ladder pattern versus the solid bubbles. Why do some Mojaves have just a few humps coming up on them? They'll used to call it back Harlequin and stuff, all this kind of shit back in the day. But that's not really like what it is. It's basically it's whatever that genetic was in that snake made it reduced or gave it this or gave it another color tone. But nobody talks about it. Look at clowns. If you pop up clown, single gene clown, every one looks different damn near. Yeah. Every one on Morph Market, you're like, oh. And then people are like, well, that ain't that clown. And dude, it's fucking crazy. You're looking in like a gene clown. And everybody's like, well, that's just a clown until it's proven out. I'm like, well,
remember that one clown I got? Remember that one clown I got with the speckling?
Yeah. How about them pies that show all them dots all over them?
Yeah.
How about some of these black pastels I got to do, or even bamboos that show big old orange splotches on them? Like, I think there's so far to go, and I think because human brains can only go so far. Like, we're not scientists, right? We're not gene guys either. But like, so you just labeled something as what it is. Like, blackhead. It looks like a blackhead, so it's a blackhead. But that blackhead might be way better than this blackhead, so it probably has something attached to it, whether it's ringer gene. And we started trying to make sense of it. Oh, let's put ringer gene on it. Oh, it's a red gene. What the fuck does red gene even mean? It's just right? And I have red gene, but I'm saying like you just named it because it did something different. Now what happens at red gene, ringer gene, and Bullfico gene? I don't fucking know. Like,
well,
this is why you get clarity of certain snakes because it does have something else going on in it.
Yeah.
This is why freaking Chris's lace bang looks really nothing like Nate's lace bang, but they're equally cool snakes, right?
Yeah.
Chris is darker, more wild looking, bigger holes in it. Nate's is clean. Chris looks like a DJ.
Yeah.
Why? They're both tested, or basically as lace.
Yeah, I think
not that bang was tested, but we know the bang, and you're like, that's no brainer.
Yeah, we know that the bang, and yeah,
he's weird.
He's beautiful though.
But you see how elongated them holes are and all that.
Even
shit?
his tail, like
look at that straight line going down it. Like the pattern of the holes is straight lined.
Chris, let me see the belly on that once. Let me see now down more towards the tail. So I'm just curious. All right, yeah. See, I've noticed that a lot of the bang stuff has like what looks like pie tracks to it.
Yes, yeah, they do.
Yeah, so that's the female.
And this is why a lot of people are confusing bang with like Orange Dream, because Orange Dream does that wispy pattern like that and all kinds of stuff. But when they see a bang animal versus an Orange Dream animal in person, they're a whole different color. Bangs are more gold yellowy versus Orange Dreams are more yellowy brown. I mean, or orangey brown.
Yeah.
But when a bang hits, like I said, in a single gene, it's cool looking. It's okay, it's neat. But when it hits different genes, it starts like showing itself. Like it's like a totally.
It's reactive.
This is how we know like the bang wasn't Orange Dream, because also Nate turned around and sent to RGI and tested all the bangs to make sure they didn't test for Orange Dream.
Yeah, here's a 2.
So that's how we. Now look at that. Look at that freaking. Look at that one, dude.
Yeah.
Look at the color tones on them 2 snakes. They're the same snake.
See, I like that's the one he posted up in the one group chat, and I went with the one that's in that he was just showing there just a second ago, because it's a little bit more contrast. It's not cleaner than the other one. The other one's cleaner, but that I also my first question was I said I like the darker, more contrasty one, but then my next question was, are there any other or any hets attached to it? Because I remember what Nate was telling me about some of the het stuff being attached to it, on how it'll maybe darken it or make it a little bit more granity look, that type of stuff. And I was kind of shocked when he said no, because I know that's the one thing I've noticed, or that we've all noticed with like the stuff that I just made, that it's those hets changed it.
And then here's them 2 girls.
Yeah, look at the weird pattern.
Yeah.
Like here's the lace one. She tested positive for lace.
Look at that pattern.
That's just crazy, dude.
Fucking insane. Like that's what comes out of my stuff, not that extremeness. So whatever that dark gene is, made it more extreme. Fat holes. Like I said, if Nate would show his, it looks a lot like his girl, but clean. Like the holes are shrunk. They're thinner. They're smaller. That's the gene I had. Basically, laces don't have black back look like these guys do. So it came from my. Look at that. The holes are like Hurricane. Did not test Hurricane. So now we got a Hurricane looking snake. Bang, whatever. These aren't banging, but lace gene in it. And look at them patterns, but they're not Hurricane. So what the fuck did he hit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Now he's got to play with it.
So now is it now he's got to decide. Is it worth playing with that stuff? Because now it does now clog a rack, where he can have DG, hypo, ghost, and like all the other crazy shit he plays with. That could be a snake like that, or does he play with them genetics? And does anybody care in the future?
Yeah.
So that's the part about dinker parts.
I think what I would have to do is, if keep the lace one with the wacky pattern, and then throw the other bang lace to it.
But like I said, if it is,
see if there's like a super.
So imagine, like I said, again, you throw away your shots if you sell that girl to somebody random. So you put on tip for $100, whatever. Somebody may never breed it. Or somebody might breed it and be like, boom, I found the unlock key, and then you're like, oh fuck, like, damn, that was, oh my god, I just gave that to you for nothing. Like,
I know you're gonna have to sell it as a lace, and I think they're like $105. And I'm like, I can't sell her for $105.
It's to the point, like I said, Chris, like that one girl. As soon as I narrow down a little bit, I might take her off, like get her from you, and then I'll work it with you, because I do think it's like, I think it is compatible with the shit I made. I just think your bang through that darker tone, weirder, flippier pattern. Because when the bang came in from Masick, it wasn't in line with everything Nate got. It was different from whatever he did. He did that pairing, made that thing to the point we thought it was pastel at first.
Yeah,
like, this thing could be pastel.
Dude, nope, never produced a pastel.
And again, you still got a lot more testing to do with him, like different readings to see if it is him. Now you might put that to leopard and be like, oh fuck, we're gonna just did a leopard. I might stripe that thing totally out or something.
Yeah.
Take it to a
well, I'm gonna see. We'll see what it does with We'll see what it does with Vanilla Hurricane Clown.
Well, that and the vanilla again, that's gonna be a really tough clutch for you, because that vanilla's already fucked up to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, now
she's crazy.
Let's dive into this over here once. All right, so we'll use Chris for the example, because he's right now the prime example of it. He's got something kooky going on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you want, like I would, in my opinion, I would think I want to try to separate it out, try to get it on its own.
Sure.
So,
but it's
do
not.
Do you breed it to something, say like a clown,
in
something that is recessive, maybe double recessive, so that way at least you're getting the hets into whatever to try to single it out. Plus, it's at least valuable, or
totally
you throw it to a normal and see what you get.
Well, I think so. I think it's in that one male, the darker male with the blushings, the bang lace. I think it's in him. So whatever he goes to, we'll see. In single gene form, maybe hit it. But then the female, I would probably do the bang lace with the same, look, and see if there's a super form.
Now here's the question. Here he, like all wrapped up in a one. Yes, he does. He can do that, right? Chris, do you own a single gene clown?
Yeah, two.
One.
Well, he's like 50% Volta.
Do you own a male? Do you own a male? A female normal?
Yeah, Bonnie.
You still have one of them left.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know. She's kind of a dinker because.
All right, Jeremy, do you still have a female normal?
Yeah, I got a normal triple head. You want to buy
triple head?
But no, so I have a normal from Petco, Bonnie, but something's going on with her. Because if you breed banana to her, using whatever banana male you got, you can breed him to 3 females. But the bananas that come out of her are just popping. The orange is popping, the purples are popping. I don't know what it is. You breed orange dream to her, she makes the prettiest orange dreams. There's something weird with her. She just enhances whatever you put to her. But she's ugly. She's ugly as hell, but her babies are pretty.
All right. So the question then, you do have it. So you could work this project. Now, Chris, you always talk about being limited space, limited this, limited that. You can only do so much. Do you work a project like this where the end result 5 years from now could be $0, 0 cents? Right? You hold them back. Yeah, they're different. Does it catch fire? Does anybody else care? That's the problem with the market of today, right?
Yeah.
So like, what
is that?
Did you hit it?
Look at that! Look at that! Woo!
I lost my train of thought, dude.
All right, you guys got some Mick titties. You got some Mick Dago titties. PG, baby.
Thanks, Keith.
Now that's going to drop to 3,500.
Oh, fuck.
All right, what are we talking about? Snakes?
All right. To me, like I said, before COVID, I always say pre-COVID is like seeing it after death, right? I think that would have been an absolute phenomenal thing to do. And I don't even still think it's a bad idea. But like I said, in Chris's situation, he's got so many crazy things going on. He's doing bang now. He's got DG clown shit going.
Goes.
So that has like whatever value, right? And it's like projects he has to fill every one of them bins behind him. Back in the day, it'd be like, all right, I'm gonna take these 6 bins, and that's gonna be my dinker project. But like I said, people right now aren't seeing values and shit like that anymore. They're not even talking about it. That's why we're kind of having this conversation right now. And I think it's what's been lost in ball python breeding. It all became, I need this to make this because I want to make the Pompeii. I want to make the DG clown. I want to make everything they've seen. Nobody wants to make what has been unknown.
Yes.
They're scared. They're this. They don't know any better. Nobody talks about it, maybe, or whatever the case may be.
Or how to work it.
Or how to work
it, which is why we're covering this tonight. So that way,
a lot of holdbacks.
That information's out there at least.
Citron for me is a very good example of that. Citron to me should be a way higher value.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't work that project right because literally I made a bunch of it in the beginning because I just didn't know any better. I was breeding snakes and these fucking snakes were cool, so I did this and I did that. Well, it was still pretty much the only game in town for like really decent Citron stuff, but I never promoted it right to be like, all right, this is a value. This should be something that's a value. I put it out. To sell it, I had to sell cheap because nobody knew what the fuck it was. And what happened now, it just became cheap. Now, it could change. Like, there's certain Citron comments that could come out. Somebody along the way, even if it's me, can maybe change that train of thought. once something is done that's extraordinary.
See,
Like
once you hit
lace.
that
Lace
dog
was
collar.
hey, lace was cheap, and then something cool was made,
Lace
and then it,
same way, right? Look at them laces. Like there's now a test for it, but the eye tests usually don't fail. Like there's a lot of tests going out sometimes, and they're not even getting labeled lace, right? It's coming back negative. But guess what? You bought that snake because it was so fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
You thought it was lace. So guess what? Something else is in that son of a bitch because it's not that color on its own or whatever it may be.
Well, look at Red Stripe.
Red Stripe's the same thing. Just phenomenal Red Stripe, and then there's just Red Stripe, man. I've seen more just people buy just Red Stripe, and I go, oof, you're not even going to tell that from a normal. It just ain't happening. Like I have people send me clutches. I'm like, I'm sorry. Once that granite gene strips off Red Stripe, it's just another gene. It has that granite gene. It takes it to a whole new dimension, man. You get the bubble patterns, the big old back stripe, changes the color, and fucking blah, blah, blah. But you look at some of these Pompeys that are made, there's like whatever on the line. They're good ones and they're bad ones. Straight up. If you look at them like, that's a Pompeii? Nah, come on, man. I made a spot nose yellow by cinnamon that's fucking nicer than that. Right? It's or whatever. It's just missing whatever. It's missing that it factor.
It's missing that top quality being in there.
It's missing it. Like it could be there, but it's a nuance be there. It's just kind of you got there possibly. The genes say so, but damn, man, that look didn't line up. That sucks.
Yep.
And that's what you're stuck with moving forward because everything now is going to have them genetics in it. Like that's what you have. And if that snake is not the greatest, it's going to keep making not the greatest. And like I said, I had to hit the reset button over here quite a few times. It's one of the hardest things in the world to do because you're there. Like I could have been making Pompeys 5 years ago, straight up. But I was like, this Red Stripe sucks. Oh man, I don't like that yellow belly. Oh, that spot nose is ugly. That black pastel, whatever. Like, freaking kick that one out. Freaking bring this one in. Orange Dream, I did that with for almost 4 years before I got it right.
Oh wow!
Then all of a sudden, Bang came out. I'm like,
now you got Bang, and
now I'm just like, oh man, this high definition Orange Dream is kind of cool, but yeah, nah, this Bang's way beyond. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play with both. See what they do together, right? Whatever. Like I said, if everybody's like, oh, Bang looks like Orange Dream, that's because you.
then you got that scrambler. You said, whoa,
you got the scrambler coming and shit. People are like, look at the scramblers online. Look how many are listed. And then you go, damn, that doesn't really look like scramble. Guess what, Dan? Don't buy that snake. If you don't think it looks it, you got to ask somebody else. Put that shit online. But like, what does this snake look like to you? Guess what? Don't buy that snake. Because if you don't see whatever you need to see in that son of a bitch, don't buy it. I don't care what it says.
It's not breeding stock.
Yep. So it's that kind of stuff.
Well, let's talk about like if you're talking about dinkers and stuff, what about like the Outback bags, the 10 snakes?
Oh yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, now I would love to see if anyone, has gotten something cool out of there and worked it hard.
I've seen now 10 years worth of ball bags come in. And there's been a couple things that really do pop out of them things for somebody. Like it's lightning, 1 in 1,000 shot. So, but it does happen. There's so many dinker projects still going on out there, and people are putting out cool shit all the time, but it's just not being noticed.
Yeah.
Until it hits a public eye or a viral stream or whatever the hell's going on out there. But there is still stuff out there really neat. Like the Cosmos gene just came out, like it's been out for a while, but it's kind of like hit hard last year. But it was like, Cosmos, that thing's cool as shit. Bang gene still way under radar. Yeah, we talk about it a lot on the show because we got it. But the world has not seen it yet.
Well, not only that, but the world also compares it to Orange Dream all the time. So it doesn't get the proper level of appreciation.
It's a two-way street with that. First of all, yes, they'll compare it to Orange Dream because they have only seen regular single gene bangs and whatever. Now, the other persons that are saying it looks like Orange Dream are people that don't have bang.
This is true.
Haters. They're straight up haters.
Or haven't seen it in person.
Well, they want it to be Orange Dream. Like they want to be like, I didn't buy into that dumb shit. It was Orange Dream. But they're haters, right?
Yeah.
Wait, like I said, the only reason I get to talk this kind of shit behind this on this side of the camera is I've seen shit that nobody else has ever seen. I get to talk all the shit I want, and when it comes out, I go, I told y'all. Like I told you I was sleeping. Like I said, every single gene is not that impressive to a point, right? They're all single genes. But every single gene is not that. Look at Orange Dream single gene, dude. It's not that impressive. But look at what Ozzy did with that super Orange Dream, black pastel, yellow belly clown shit. Look what he did with the super Orange Dream, fucking pie, crazy, wacky shit. It's not about the single gene. It's about where does that gene go? What was the quality from the get-go? When you got single gene bangs looking already like Super Orange Dreams Plus, because they're a different color tone.
Yep.
Now add that gene in something like a yellow belly. Okay, it's a yellow belly, Super Orange Dream looking thing, big deal. But how about when you start hitting crazy genes that haven't even been touched yet, like mahoganies and all this kind of crap? And then these snakes are just popping out going, well, I never seen no shit like that before.
Yeah, lace.
No matter what you do with lace, look at the lace bang, right? There's no single gene, and I work lace hard. There's no single gene that hit lace harder than bang. None. I've done lace almost everything you can think of. Mojave, black pastel, mahogany, fucking you name it, I've done it. Yellow bellies. Lace bang came out, my face hit the fucking table. It was beyond DJ. Like I said, the ones Nate made were just like, holy shit. Now, what happens when this thing's a super lace, super bang? How about a super lace, super bang, yellow belly, and what adds some little bit of red stripe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll tell you what, the bang red stripe is freaking phenomenal.
Oh, hell yeah.
The ones Gavin had, those are cool, man.
Right now, we're just spitballing because we're just talking about it. But wait till the day when we're not talking about it anymore, and everybody sees this shit and they go, I need bang. And I'm going to look back and be like, oh, y'all could have had it. But like I said, it was expensive, but you have to pay to play, man. Imagine having a bang every clutch you touch is potentially world's first.
Yep.
Basically, almost everything all of us are shooting for is world's first at the moment.
Is that worth 5K to somebody? If I told you every scene you can do, is that worth 5K to somebody? I know it is to me. I know it is possibly to you too. That's why you have it. But if it's not, then wait. Then wait. Bang will come down. Bang will be $2,500 one day. It'll be $1,000 one day, and one day it'll be $200. But it'll be 10 years in the future.
Yep.
And when, like I said, and I'm sitting whatever at that point with the bang DG freaking whatever lace combo, and you're like, man, I want to make that one day. Well, bro, it just took me fucking 10 years to make it. Good luck. Have fun.
Yep.
You got it for fucking a couple $100, bro. But it took me a decade to do this. And that's like, that's breeding in a nutshell. It's basically when to get in, when to enter. Right now, we're in a low market. There's a lot of great snakes out there, but I think a lot of people are just buying shit because it's cheap. Instead of still buying the snakes they should, they're buying snakes because they're still cheap. It's the perfect whatever weapon to destroy yourself. Like, I just got this because it was like a great deal. Well, if you got it for a great deal in 2025, where's it going to be in 2027 when there was already 13 of them listed? You got to think about that for a minute, man. You might be around the same. You might actually make a couple bucks if the market raises. But 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to do this unless you hit it with something crazy. One side has to be freaking cutting edge motivating going forward. You don't have one side doing whatever, that snake's going to hit a stalemate. You hit a ditch, and then you just start going down into a ditch.
Yeah.
So that's the piece that I have to keep trying. If you see yourself doing this in 10 years, you got to keep trying to make motivating. Don't get me wrong, man. We're always going to make snakes that are byproduct. No matter what I do, no different as strange or black, or whatever, pastel, enchi, there's going to be byproduct in that clutch. And I'm not saying it's not bad byproduct, man. You get an enchi, fucking blah, blah, head clown, perfect, whatever, but take an awesome snake to it. The byproducts are always going to be there as long as you're working one side fucking phenomenally.
Yes.
Like I said, clown. I asked Chris, he has a clown. Yeah, he's got a clown. He takes fucking any, that cool-ass gene. That's something. It was worth it because it's something different. Something new. But if he takes a red striped spot nose yellow belly to it, he's making more red striped spot nose yellow bellies, which is already 55 of them across Morph Market. He's going to sit at $250, and that's his cap.
Do you have a normal clown?
Not anymore.
Oh,
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I keep her because there's sometimes where you just don't want to add extra genes.
I have a normal clown that still had for ghost. Do you know I still had 10 of them at the beginning of 2025? I sold that many this year on my normal clowns off because I was a guy that took like these genes and I always wanted to see what it does from the ground up. Well, guess what? My babies have now started growing and shit. I needed the bin space. So I needed to move it for blackhead, Mojave, ghost 100% head clown. So it was like, that's the reason I moved my clowns. And don't get me wrong, man, who got them clowns and make some killer ass shit.
Yeah, I have a clown head hypo too. I just forgot about that.
As long as
Like
they
a
put
two
some
normal.
life into it, like try to be innovative, try to use that clown for something, proving something out, like these dinker things we're talking about.
And then my other clown is she's a blade clown, and then the rest are all combos.
I think
So,
a lot,
like, am I screwy though for thinking that? I mean, because that's how I would work a dinker project. I
Absolutely.
take it to a clown pie, clown height, like something where I can at least get those hets in there, so that way it's moving the project forward.
Yeah.
But it's not throwing in a whole bunch of other genes that you could hit. And I mean, in a sense, you'd be hitting good odds, but you could hit the shit odds of not being able to separate it and see it in its own form.
Mm-hmm. And but like you said, if the clown's a little weird, then you got that to tackle. Is it
Well, and that's like the thing. That's kind of the roadblock you run into. So with that lace girl with the
that's
wacky
any
pattern,
snake you own? If
do
you got
you
to
go for the super, or do you throw a hypo clown pie to her?
any snake, Chris, you can have a vanilla.
You know?
If it's a weird vanilla, well, next thing you know, now you got weirder looking fucking whatever you tried. That's the problem I go against, because I started with all my snakes in the beginning. It was the best of my ability I can afford, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So like I bought a lot of single genes in the beginning, like Orange Dream. I searched for high and low for years for the perfect Orange Dream, and I used this male and got rid of them because I looked at the babies and then I hit this Orange Dream I now got, and I'm like, yeah, that was it. Now I got a high Orange Dream with Scrambler and all that shit. Well, now that's it, man. Because holy fuck, the pies they make, right? But I kept upgrading that shit. But every gene was like that. Best black pastel I could find at the time. I would have bought a couple. I got an E&G line. I got what I thought to be Barnhart. Never tested it, but Barnhart line, I would guess, regular black pastel. And some of the ghosts I was making, was I'm a big hypo fan. Some of them black pastel ghosts were coming out orange. I mean,
Wow.
Halloween as Halloween gets. Then I was making some black pastel hypos that were green. And I'm like, well, you're still kind of cool looking, but you ain't that. Like that's some orange crazy. I had put them next to each other on the table. People are like, yeah, no, I don't want that green one. Like
Yeah.
that orange one's insane, right?
Then you picked up that crazy ass like Krypton ghost.
There you go. That's a super dinker project. I have 2 snakes on a morph marker right now from that girl. Now again, they can turn black and white one day. Maybe they're siblings duo. It's genetic, but that snake looks like nothing else I've ever seen.
Dude, that thing went through a crazy color change.
Yep. The reason I have her 2 babies online right now was room. Because I did a Cypress Fire to her this year. Because I wanted to see what Cypress did with that crazy ass Krypton looking pattern. I want to see if she's a Krypton or cryptic or Krypton or one or the other or whatever.
Just figure out what the hell she is.
And she's ghost, and she, like I said, she turned Xanthic. She's arguably the coolest looking silver snake in the fucking world.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll take her.
I will say that.
Dude.
Yeah,
Send her here.
I put a picture of her above the dinkers, whatever. He's like, "You sell the female?" I said, "No, there ain't enough money in the world, man. You can offer me $30,000 for that snake, I wouldn't sell it."
Yeah, no, she's cool.
Like I said, but if I were to be Dumbball Python, she'd be the last one I own.
Oh, I remember the day you got her. I was lining her up too. I was like, damn it.
I paid $100 for that snake.
Yeah.
Because she was this green-looking little ghost, and like I said, nobody had lineage on it. It was an outback snake. Basically, she came in, she got dropped on the table, and Chris and I were talking about snakes that day, and Chris was like, "Boom, boom, boom!" about some guys. Like, I seen it. I was like, "I'm buying it." He was like, "What?" I said, "I'm gonna buy it." I was like, "Oh, I already bought it. Like, I already knows I want that shit." Like, we were about to fight over this shit.
That thing was cool.
Yep. I'll show
Yeah, I should have pulled the trigger when I walked by.
Hasn't watched the show before.
So go get her once. I'm gonna run another channel.
Oh, she's
spot here
badass,
while you
dude.
do
I
that,
should have
John.
pulled the trigger. I slept on that.
Head on over to Triforce Morphs if you're looking for that missing piece in your ball python breeding project. While you're there, add a little bit of laser citron to the mix, folks. John and Christine can also hook you up with the crested gecko, so don't forget that. Turn up the heat with Triforce Morphs. Make sure you check out Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons. He is your guy to go to if you want to get into the Bang project. On top of it, he's working a bunch of awesome ball python projects. Kahua geckos, Leachianus geckos, crested geckos, some scaleless corn snakes, and he is your one-stop shop for all your branding needs. So check him out. Check out Chris Shelley over at S Reptilia if you need a high-end ball python, blood python, locality boa, or colubrid. He's also Pennsylvania's distributor of Coco to Go and the Chipper, and he can also hook you up with some rats. So make sure you guys check out Chris over at S Reptilia.
Let me put you up on the big screen, John. Hold on.
He's loaded with eggs.
She's so badass, dude.
He literally, when I got her, like I said, anybody that was watching that hasn't watched before, I got her as literally the greenest ghost I've ever seen. She was like this bright neon green color. She literally turned this color at about 1,000 grams. I opened a bin one day. She was in the shed, and she was basically gray. I'm like, what the hell? She shed her whole color out.
Dude, she looks Trugos.
Yeah.
Like Trugos Krypton.
And she has a Krypton head. She has Krypton eyes.
Look at that boomerang.
Look at the neck stripe. She's Krypton looking. She has a soul pattern of Krypton. And like I said, head to tail, there's not a speck of color on this snake.
Oh, she's got some eggs, man. Look at her.
Yeah, she does. And she was bred
Good girl.
She was bred to the sickest freaking cypress fire I can get my hands on at the time.
Nice.
So when I want to put the cypress in it to clean it up is basically my goal. Fire, of course, to clean it up. If it is Krypton, which I do believe it is, they'll all be Krypton. They're all going to be 100% het hypo, which basically what she is. And hopefully one day, like I said, if this is anything genetic, if it is a gene, or not even a gene, or just something that happens, not just an anomaly, could you imagine one of these clown or Krypton freaking with cypress in them turning this color?
Dude, that would probably be the sickest looking exanthic clown ever.
It might take 40 babies to have another one do it. It may never do it again. Look at the head. Look at the head hoop.
Yeah. The
Now, the baby I
boomerang.
have online, I have her on there kind of cheap. I have her like $300 or some shit. She's a spitting image of this snake, basically with normal color. She's weird looking. So she is a true 100% dinker. And then I have this crazy butter, cinnamon, fire thing I put up. And it don't look like a cinnamon butter fire. It's really weird. It's got like raised pattern and all this shit. But they were her babies from the end of 24, I believe.
Did you make hypos with her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I made one. Actually, that one didn't make it. I made some crazy ass butter. I fucked up and put the wrong male. I thought I put a ghost pied on her. Would end up being a double head because that's how crazy wrung out he was. He only had that much pattern on him. But it ended up being a butter, fucking cinnamon, fire, yellow belly. I was like, oh, yeah, and pastel. So I was like, all right. So it ended up being a double head. So I got a couple ghosts and shit like that.
Keith wants to know, has she produced any visual hypos?
Yeah,
said
she produced one, but that one didn't make it. It didn't make it out of the. It made it out the egg, but it died a couple days later. And this girl, I'm not sure she's hypo. She's so great.
Dude, what if it's like a new line of exanthic?
Well, John will never let us hear the end of it. That's what will happen.
It'll be the jaundice. True jaundice. Yeah, she's so cool.
This girl came out, and this is like phenomenal. You dumped her water, you little bitch. God damn it. This is the one I held back out of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's the leopard butterfire. Can't even tell if she's hypo or not. That's how clean she is. It's just weird. Like her scales are really like whatever, like that almost hypo look, but she almost doesn't look hypo. It's weird. So like I wasn't sure with her.
Yeah.
She's really pretty, though.
It's really
She's got that eye stripe a little bit too, like the head.
right. So I figured like as for
Wider.
dingo goes, yeah, it's just I know there's certain snakes out there that have looked like this, but like I said, I never seen one that's just that generally clean. Like that back stripe doesn't have a fleck of dirt in it.
Dude, that'll be so cool if she goes through the color change. Losing
Right.
all that yellow.
So we'll see what she does. Like I kept her back from it, and then hopefully, like I said, this clutch now that's coming.
She looked like she wanted to kiss you. I thought she was gonna kiss you.
She's a sweetheart. I'd be shocked if she bit.
Well, how much space do you think, or do you recommend for a dinker project, John? Like half a rack?
Yeah,
Dedicate like half a rack to properly
for
be able to
sure.
run everything back, try to make supers with it, try to separate it.
Half a sea serpent.
If you really think you got something that's dinker worthy to go on and make a project out of, for sure, half a rack because this shit adds up so fast. So
What's the ratio on male to female?
With what?
Ooh. Male to female.
Yeah, how many males do
How
you
many
keep
males
the
to
dinker compared to females?
I
You
tell
release? Yeah.
that dinker male has to be a killer dinker male for me personally to try to hold back. I mean, something that you know is gonna do something. You just really think in your gut's gonna.
You know it's in there. You know something's there.
Right. Females, you get away with holding a couple more because now they're gonna be the egg producers, and you can take stuff to them or whatever down the road. Just say it doesn't work out, and you're like, oh, I got some cool ass females. I got dinker in them, and they're making my shit better. I got a lot of girls like that. I got a lot of stuff. You read a lot of my posts. Everybody's like, I thought you know how to ID shit. I'm like, bro, let's pop this. I'm like, I never seen nothing that looks like this. Every time I put up a snake on Morph Market, I'm like, I can't find nothing even looks like it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is too is if the dinker's in the female, you try to hit a male dinker, raise him up, throw him back to mom. There's your super.
Yep.
Where vice versa, if you got the dinker in the male, it takes a little bit longer because you got to make the female.
I wish I would have ran a couple more dinker projects a little harder back when.
Yeah.
But I was like, just going nowhere. I can't get anything for these babies. Like, they're different, but it's pet people buying them because I'm taking the shows. Morph Market really wasn't a hardcore thing back then. And it's kind of hard to explain in an ad, like, oh, check this out. Like, this can be something different. And, like, because there's so many people to do that. And it's like, just gets passed by, especially if it's like normal color. It's normal, right? Like, you know, it's different, but it's people that really don't know much about genetics are not really going to see what you're seeing unless it's like outstanding.
You got dinker normals on your table for $20.
If every snake in my collection was gray and freaking whatever, like that one I just showed you, the ball python market for me would not be dead. I'd have no snakes for sale ever. If I was making 500 of them a year, I'd be freaking talking like, what do you mean the ball python market's dead? I'm freaking selling these things every day for freaking whatever I want.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, it's not that shit's dead. It's just basically where are we taking it? Like, what's coming out? Is it worth the juice or whatever, worth the squeeze? And like, do you truly believe in like it can do something? And like, that's all. And then you can try to escalate it, take a really crazy female and be like, oh shit, man, these things are wild. Or you can like try to build it up from ground up. It's very hard to build that kind of stuff from ground up right now because this market moves so fucking fast.
Especially if you're new coming into the game, trying to work a dinker project, it's to me, I would think it's kind of starting off behind the 8 ball a little bit because people are going to be, oh, well, they don't know what they're talking about.
Nope. I've seen a lot of people present some really cool genetics to me over the years, like come up and be like, yo, what do you think of this? And I'm like, oh, this thing's sick. And that thing's sick. But I had to pass on like 95% of it because I'm like, well, then I can't do my Pompeii project. Like I said, it takes that band. I can't do my Ghost Clown project because I have 3 girls over here for that. Like, where does it go for me? But if it's like, if you're starting out and you want to be known for something and you really think it's something, follow your gut, follow your heart on that because it could turn into something, right? Like, so it like sometimes it makes way more sense for somebody else than it does for somebody like Chris. He said he has limited room. He has a lot of crazy cool projects going on there. Is he going to waste his time basically doing this? I don't know. And you don't know. Because right, that's why we're talking about this shit, because he's in limbo. But that might be a sick-ass project for somebody that bought into it, and then they could take it on, because Chris has his shit already going on. This shit was just dropped in his lap out of like, holy fuck, what just happened?
I want to show you something cool.
Send it over here, Chris. Just send it over here. Send
it to you.
Questionnaire over here.
Yeah,
yes.
Eric B. and Rakim, you're 100%. Yeah,
yep. I agree.
A lot of people just don't have vision, though. They just don't. Like, it takes a certain mind to really.
I sent it to your Instagram.
Oh.
We're talking with this. I forget what I was just talking about. Is like how people perceive shit. Like, there's a lot of people that will have to be told what to do. There's a lot of people that just don't understand what to do. So
I got dibs on that snake. I got dibs on this snake, by the way.
Oh, you didn't send it to me because you knew I'd fucking get it.
What the world is that?
I have no idea.
And you didn't send it to me?
It popped up in his collection. I sent it to Jeremy so he could put it up.
Oh, that looks like that old fucking jungle pastel pattern. That used to be a thing back in. If you look in old ball python books, the jungle pastels had them patterns.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's bad. That's awesome looking. Now that
most of the time, it's not a genetic trait though. It doesn't carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's a novel.
Incubation.
No, I don't know. Incubation. It's just a freak thing.
Huh.
There's a lot of that in ball pythons. It's like a freak, no different than that one I showed you. That's probably a freak one of a kind, may never do it again, but it could.
No,
I don't know. I've seen other people have snakes that did lose color. Like back in the day, they used to call them blue snakes. They were like blue steel.
Yeah.
Remember them? Like,
remember when they did that with hypo? They called it like blue ghost or something.
they're blue
Blue
ghosts.
Ghost, yeah.
So that's basically what she would fall under. And then I've seen snakes literally turn all black, like melanistic, like they turned all, lost all their color and went black. I've seen them where they lost all their color and went like stark white, kind of with a ghosted pattern in them. Like anomalies happen all the time in snakes. I made some of the craziest marble mystic potions 6-7 years ago, bro. They were insane. We thought it was the rain gene back then. If anybody remembers that gene,
I remember that.
that was a Chris Eaton freaking.
Yeah, that's eyeballs.
The eyeballs and all that, and they were insane. I tried to do it again. I never reproduced another one. It was only that clutch. The ones that were marbled never marbled again. I'm like, son of a bitch, man. If I could have freaking like somehow patented that thing, again, I wouldn't be talking about snake market being like messed up right now because they'd have sold themselves.
Well, see, now, while we're on like the looks and everything like that, how do you justify or what do you look for to know or even remotely think, is it a one of? Is it just polymorphism?
You got to do a lot of research, first of all.
Yeah. See if you've seen it before on Morph Market.
You gotta pass that snake around, kind of like Chris just showed me and Jeremy that snake. Like I said, he showed us that snake. We're like, oh, okay. Pass it around. Hopefully the community starts really seeing it, starts catching fire. People are like, oh, that's cool. That's neat. Like, oh, I see this. That's another good one. But if you're passing this thing around and it's hitting like everybody and everybody's like, that's cool. Whatever. Like maybe that's not.
Looks empty. Looks empty.
Or they start labeling it right. Yeah, it looks empty. Oh, that looks like this.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like some of the most subtle things, you put it into a certain combo and it pops it off. So I guess that's where my question lies is like, where do you draw the line? Like, or is the line just basically, do you feel the juice is worth the squeeze? Because some of that, like, I'll be honest, some of these genes I've seen out there, I look at them, I'm like, it looks like a normal to me. Like, I don't see the time or, the rack. I can't justify the rack space to work just that little subtle difference there at the, Now, if it does something crazy in a combo down the road, all right, maybe my mind will change.
We all have our feelings on stuff. Like, deeper to me, $3,000 snakes, right? They don't look much different orange dream yellow belly combos to me. And I'm sorry, like, for anybody that hasn't, I said that. Now, it doesn't mean it's not potential. It doesn't mean they won't make the killers, baddest ass shit in the world. But as far as my eyes see today, I'm looking at them going, they look like orange dream yellow belly combos with their whole stripy back. Somebody might tell me I'm crazy. Like, what do you mean? That's not what it looks like. The coolest zebra I've seen to date is a pastel zebra. Well, now, to me, we're trending in the wrong direction for myself, right? Everybody's getting away from pastel. The coolest one I've seen was pastel.
Yep.
So it's not for me, but it is for somebody else because they might be like, bro just doesn't get it. Like, I have this vision of, I'm going to put tri-stripe in or whatever. Like, and I might look at them and be like, tri-stripe? Like, you going to take away that? Okay. And then, but they might show me an animal 3 years and go, ha. I'll be like, ha. I'll be the first to say I'm wrong, man. I'll be 100% first to say I'm wrong. I just kind of, but that's what ball pythons are. I'll sit there and say I love mahogany gene. I absolutely love mahogany gene. I think it's the most underrated gene in ball pythons because I know what it does in certain genetics. But other people are like, oh, it just looks like normal with the alien heads that don't meet the top, and I don't really see the big hype about it. Hey, mahogany is universal to me. I can make black snakes with that thing. I can make the craziest looking DG looking snakes without even being DG looking snakes with it. It's a very universal snake, but it's basically a lot of people are doing the same bullshit, whether over and over and over again. It's like, of course, I think it's not cool because it always looks the same.
Yeah.
And that's that follow the leader mentality. Like I said, I'm trying to go different directions with it. I took it to Bang this year. What's Bang going to do? Orange Dream made it insane. Yellow Belly Fire and all this kind of crazy shit I put in it. Okay. It might be the biggest freaking flopper. It might be like, haha, here we go again. It's fucking awesome. We don't know. That's the best part about breeding snakes, man, is cutting that clutch, looking down and going, oh, shit, look what the hell you just did. We're going, oh, never doing that again. I've been on both sides of the track many times. There's many pairings I've done because I think outside the box really hardcore. I look down and go, oh, ain't doing that again. That kind of,
Well, even just that bang clutch that I just cut,
yeah.
it's like what I expected to see. I hit a couple that were what I expected. I hit a couple that were kind of like, well, that's not I expected it to be a little bit different.
So what?
And then Nate chimed in saying that's exactly how he thought it would react with the hets that are in the mix to be made.
It's because of experience, because he kind of
Yes.
saw. And then here we go again. You expected one, you got the other. But again, like I said, you got geeky with it then.
Hey,
I did get real geeky. I'm not kidding.
What we all do is when you're a breeder and you really know kind of what genetics do, you went, okay, well, now this is starting to make sense because head exanthic stuff on a normal TSK or VPI do mute. Like if you put it into whatever, yellow belly, the yellow belly does mute a little bit. Every snake when it hits a pure head, it has a muted look a lot of times in a head exanthic animal. I don't know why that is. If it's a carryover, it's kind of a visual look, but they do really mute. Like I've done some stuff, Orange Dream Fire and all that stuff with TSK. I ended up selling them all because I didn't care for the way they looked. I'm sitting there like, oh, these are kind of like bland, but guess what? At that time, I didn't think they would be, right? I'm sitting there like, oh, they should pop. What came to realization after trying this stuff in the head exanthics a couple times, I'm like, oh, this is just what it does. Doesn't mean it's not going to look awesome and fucking visual, but the heads weren't that great looking because of what the head did.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to compare like a gene that's going to turn something brown and white, or, going for black and white, but a lot of cases brown. It's tan. It's whatever an exanthic. So what it's doing is like it's portraying that animal that should be bright and clean and crispy. And you're like, don't look that good in the head, but in the fucking regular or in the exanthics form, it's probably going to be rock.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at like pattern tone, how orange is it to the top, and looking at just the overall color, and it was a flop to me. But now that what I know about head exanthics, I'm like, that might have been a win. And it might have been a fuck at my end.
And after talking with you guys over, because that's why I was giving you guys, picture by picture of the babies out, as they were shedding out, and like just like you could pick out the ones that look different than the others. It's like, all right, well, now is this the double head or is that the double head?
We are also noticing with the bang stuff, since like Nate's made a bunch and I've made a few and you made a few, and we have a circle of this stuff, a couple guys in the world that got it, and we talk about this stuff. The double heads are looking different than a single head. Bang is very receptive to whatever it touches, good or bad.
Dude, it reacts crazy.
Dude, I thought we had the heck clown marker down. I thought we had that heck clown marker.
Dude, if you go by that heck clown marker thing, all those suckers are heck clown. I shouldn't have bothered sending in a test at all.
We don't have.
I thought we had that down because me and Nate like went through his collection. And I'm like, and then he showed me the ones when I went to go pick up my female, the one that proved heck clown, and then he showed me the ones that didn't, and I'm like, yeah, well, this is different. And then there was like other ones, but then the next season, that all went out the window.
It is so receptive to whatever it touches. It's no different than just touching clown with it. My bang clowns look different than Nate's bang clowns. The next guy bang clowns look even a little bit different. Now, it's no doubt they're bang because of the freaking overall color.
Oh, dude, yeah, you can pick. You can put them next to, just for instance, my clutch and a normal,
right?
And there's no denying it. You see it instantly. Like there's
totally,
no question.
But it's like it's a different look, it's a different head, it's a different. What the hell's going on here? Like I made some bang clowns this year, and I'm like, whoa, holy shit, dude! And then, like I said, I hear all those people, oh, it's Orange Dream. Bro, I made a lot of Orange Dream clowns. Oh, fuck no. Like, not even close. Like,
yeah, no, there isn't no OD clown that looks
that's
like
just single gene. Like, I did that on purpose this year just to know. And it was like, okay. I just want to see if it recreate a father. And it went beyond my expectations. They're better than that. I was like, okay. So, like I said, but the clown I used was a phenomenal clown. So it does. It's very receptive, and again, it comes down to all breeding across the board. Phenomenal versus phenomenal. Most cases, no matter what you were shooting for, it's going to come out pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and with what Vance is saying here, it does make it harder when you haven't seen certain genes and not sure how it will act. That is the whole issue with this Bang project.
Yes.
Because it is all totally uncharted territory.
Citron for me is the same way, bro. Like I know
you with the Citron, yeah.
I try to keep it in the simple genetics right now because I'm still trying to see what Citron really was doing. And it is night and day when a Citron comes out, like a Mojave or a Black Pastel or an Enchi and some of these things I've done it in. But I was scared to take it farther and be like, am I going to see it in Blackhead? Am I going to see it in this? And I didn't want to start getting like, I didn't know until, so I kind of played that game very close to the vest. Like, I'm scared. I didn't know what it was going to do. And I don't want to waste like certain genetics and be like, all right, I'm already selling the Citron GMT, but I don't want to waste this girl on it. So I'd rather have this for another project. Again, that's my bad. Like, anybody that got Citron off me, I hope, like I said, I hope y'all take it fucking to the moon. And like I said, then I'll catch on your coattails and be like, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, like whatever he said. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I tried to get a Citron clutch this year, and that boy just does not want anything to do with the ladies. Every girl, because he's het clown. Now, leopard banana Citron, het clown. Everything I've thrown him to. I threw him to the big pastel clown girl that I just got from Nate. All right. He just sits there. He'll sit in front of her. Will not interact with her at all.
I'm terrible at marketing, man.
Threw him to my Enchi red stripe clown female. Does the same thing. Like, he just does not want to do anything with the ladies. It's just like, come on. I want a Citron clutch.
I'm a guy, man. We all have our strengths and we all have our weakness. And anybody I talk to, anybody watching and knows me, I will tell them. I will lead you to water. I will tell you how to breed the hell out of these snakes. I can't even tell you what snakes to breed to make cool ass snakes, but I can't teach you how to sell these snakes.
Yes.
Because I am not the greatest even at it myself, right? No different. And thank God for the Bang project. Bang Daddy is the freaking leader of the pack with us. Because if it was up to me, not that I would destroy the project or anything like that, but I wouldn't know where to go because I'm not that good with like explaining why something is. I could talk in here. I can really explain deep in the genes. But when you go, okay, John, you have to put this out for the world to see. And I go, I freeze up.
Did you say water instead of water?
What, did I say water?
Yeah.
Water.
What did I say? I do say water. But yeah, like I said, it's just I don't know how to really present a project, lay it out. Like this is it. I've never been really good at that. I'm like I said, a platform like this is the most open I've ever been in my life. I'm a very shut down person. Like I said, I'm talking on the phone all day to you, like talking about breeding and shit. People ask questions, but as soon as that is over, I'm like kind of,
what up, Greg?
All right, I'm gonna go back to playing with my snakes. Like I'm gonna go back to breeding because my brain is just different. Like I got severe ADHD, like I said, which probably helps me breed snakes, but it also shuts the world out when maybe sometimes I need to open it.
Yeah.
I wish I could put better descriptions and stuff like, oh, this did this and blah blah blah. Back in 2016, it started as this. Like I'm just like, yeah, this is this. Buy it or not. I don't know. If you want to hear about it, hit me up.
Well, working the Bang project, I think like Nate being the man is probably one of the best things to happen.
Nate,
because there's not going to be shortcuts taken. Nate's open to all of us to go to be like when we're like, hey, this is what we got. You know, can you lend a hand here or some an extra set of eyes, an extra set of ears? You know, Nate will do that because he wants to see this project succeed to its fullest potential.
Nate is how do you describe this? To me, this is how I perceive Nate. Spreadsheet guy. Knows his details. Knows what he's doing. Knows what he's doing before he does it. Knows how to talk to people without being subjective to another. He'll take all information in, whether it's dumb information or good information, and knows how to go, okay, this is what we're talking about. Me, you say something wrong to me sideways, I'm like, what the fuck you say to me? Like, or I'm like, oh, I'm your best friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I might perceive something wrong, and I'm too quick to react sometimes on certain things. I'm too emotional. Nate's, I'm not saying he's not emotional, but he'll take everything in and go, okay, did they mean this or mean this? And he'll decipher it in his head and just spit out facts. It's not like he took it a wrong way. It's not like whatever. Like a person like me, I'm like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. It's very emotional when I talk about shit. Passionate. It's this. It's that. Sometimes it's too far one way and it's not enough the other way. And every strong suit I have is something I'm lacking. You know what I mean? Like, we all have these issues. Like I said, I could teach anybody how to breed ball pythons. I could do whatever. I could teach you everything there is, down to fucking like what to incubate on. But when it comes down to like teaching you how to sell it, I go,
Well, even selling though, you got to find your own personal niche for that.
Yes, everybody's got their own method.
We had, but like I said, a lot of people
don't sit there on your cell phone or sleep like me.
People ask questions all the time.
Whatever you do, don't be Chris.
Don't sleep. Don't take naps.
It's the top 10 question I get asked. Well, how do you sell these things? And I guess, you know, I sell them because, like I said, a lot of snakes do speak for themselves. Thank God for me. We do shows when, like I said, some of the stuff does go out cheaper than it needs to and stuff. And like I said, that's a me bad thing, whatever, my bad. And some of this stuff, like I said, does hit market, and we're starting to just get good with this. I only started putting snakes on Morph Market in basically 2023. I've been making snakes since 2015 or whatever. So we're just starting to get our feet together on like the online circuit and whatever. Like it's growing. And again, like I said, we're hitting dead spots, of course, because just the market is the market. But like I said, do I think this all comes back full circle again? Not saying these snakes are worth $1 million again, but like the enthusiasm for them, sure, I do. I watched this shit go up and down now 3 times. Right now, it's kind of like people are scared. There's a lot of just unknown. They don't know. There's so much shit going for so much crazy price right now. People are like, oh, scared to death to buy anything over $1,000 because they're like, I don't want to lose my investment.
What's up, Adam?
The only way you can lose your investment in ball pythons, even if you bought a $5,000 bang, is don't breed that thing. You don't breed that thing, you lost your investment. But if you can't make back $5,000 or even like $1,000 on one of these snakes, you're breeding the wrong crap. I mean, that's the bottom line. You're just breeding the wrong stuff because the value's there. You'll make way more than that snake ever cost you if you breed it to the right stuff. Even at $100 a snake, man, you'll make your money back. Well, $20, like
even if you breed it to a normal.
You just gotta grind. You got to grind a project and go, all right, mate. I make some shit sometimes, and I'm like, how the fuck does nobody buy this? Why? This shit?
There's a lot of those on your table, and it pisses me off because I see them.
They all sell.
Still got the one. You still got that super blackhead, red stripe, whatever the.
You still got that mahogany white lace.
That's mahogany white lace. The mahogany lace just sold.
That mahogany white lace.
No. The mahogany white lace is online.
Dude, that thing is insane.
And again, I probably should test them just to show that they're white lace, because that's what the market calls for.
I would test them for head clown.
I should probably test them for head clown. I just, that's something of, again, a me problem. I gotta start adjusting. And maybe the thing is sometimes with me, and like I said, I'll be transparent as it is. I was just talking to Nate about this the other day. If I test it and just say it is that, and it calls for a price, right? Like a big price. I don't want it just to sit there at that big price because nobody's buying right now, right? So I'm like, well, fuck, now I'm stuck with this damn thing because I don't want to be like, give it away for like the super cheap price.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
It's going to end up on my damn holdback rack if I don't buy it. That's why it's for sale to begin with because I already got too much of this shit. Okay. So now we're like, somebody uses their eyeballs, be like, oh, fuck, man. Like, that's a home run snake at that price, even if it's not whatever, the head clown or whatever.
I think
like I said, if I hit that thing at a head clown, and I say that is a super white lace mahogany head clown, that price jumps to $2,500 or whatever it is. Like, it's the only one in the world, like, for sale. So it's like,
I think there's only one white lace head clown now available.
That's what I mean. So it's
there's
like
a white lace clown, but that's like $6,000.
If somebody has like the money to do it, that's worth the risk maybe to them. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's why it sits. But if I test it and I know for sure, it's probably not going to go back out to Morph Market. I'm going to throw that bitch in my rack. So then the golden opportunity is gone because I'm like, hey, fuck, man, I ain't letting that go. Or I'm going to put it on Morph Market for such a whatever number that it don't sell. I'm going to still put it back in my rack. So it's like, it's a win-win.
It's still worth a $40 test.
And that's the thing too, like, if it's going to make a difference in the price, I'll test it. If it's only going to make a $20, $40 difference, like, I'm not going to waste the time, the money, Charlie's resources, and his time to test it if it's not even worthwhile.
Like I did this year. I tested the visuals. Like I did I did a red stripe double het to a hypo het clown. I hit a bunch of red stripe hypos, that 66 het clown. And I talked to John about it. John's the one that yelled at me. He's like, I would just test the visuals. And that's what I did. All 3 of them came back het clown.
Yep, you killed it.
Yeah. So, and that, it changed the price.
Right now is a really tough time to really.
And it makes it easier to sell because, someone wants to, it's easier to sell a 100% than a 50 or 66.
It does. And I know this goes back to, how to sell animals and stuff.
Unless you hit the gamblers.
If someone is interested in a snake and they ask me, well, why is it only 66 or 50%? I flat out tell them, it's like, for me, that animal wasn't a holdback to begin with. That wasn't what I was shooting for.
Right.
And I just tell them, it's like, if it's there, it's like, I'm not charging for the pos het there. It's like, if I test it
$100 snake right there, right? When it's $100 snake, Jeremy, it's worth for 50.
Yeah.
Right. Because if it say it is 100% on that head, does it raise it $50? In some cases, no.
Yeah. In a lot of cases, no.
I mean, some of the ones why I have there are possible. Yes, they should be tested, dude. Like, they are bangers, and if it is head clown, it's different. But like, if we're just talking like a Pastavi and a 66% head. Well, cool, dude. You're rolling the dice anyway. It's a $40 animal or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Tested it. Like I said, to test that animal, if we bought it for 40 to test it for 50 is absolutely mind fuck to me. It's like you literally paid
100%.
more for the test and you bought the animal for it. I've had a lot of people buy our animals and like, well, I tested it this, and I'm like, dude, you bought that thing for like $30. Like, oh shit, why didn't you buy another $50 snake from me? Like, dude, you could have had freaking an army. But they rather test it and they're like, oh, it didn't come back, or it did come back, and I'm like, damn, like some of this shit people are testing for is mind-boggling to me. But some shit definitely needs to be tested. Like, I get that.
There is. Like, if it's holdback quality, if it's what I'm wanting to keep for myself, if that het being there is what determines it, I'm testing for it. Like, just like the bangs that are double het. No matter what, they're staying because they're het exantic. I got to know if that het clown's there. Some of the the clutch that's actually going to be hatching this week.
Yep.
It was that black pewter red stripe clown that I got from you is the sire to the normal triple het.
Yeah.
Well, any clown that gets hit, it's getting tested for those for the het DG and the het hypo, because that's going to be worth the test. That
even if one of them bangs comes, even if one of them bangs comes back not heifer clown, at least you got a perfect backup male for het exantic. Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like, one, I can't release them no matter what. But it's nice having those backups, because if, God forbid, something happens throughout the time from now to breeding, one kicks off, I've got, backups for it. There is a godsend.
One grows faster than the other. That's what's happened to me. That's why I started holding back when I started I started holding back 2 females, because it seems like one grows faster than the other.
Yep. No, dude, I've got. That's good. Funny you said that. I've got a exantic het clown girl. She's from 23 season. Right now, she's locked up with the super blackhead yellow belly that I got from you, John.
Okay.
Now her sister she's that girl there. She's borderline 1,300, 1,400 grams, somewhere in that neighborhood. I forget what I weighed her at today or yesterday. Her sister is at 900 grams. Same clutch. Just one grew faster than the other.
I'll give you a perfect.
She's locked up right now. She's got follicles growing. She's at 12 mil.
It all depends how you take these collections, right? Like, I know a guy straight up personally right now that has more money wrapped up in testing his animals than animals he owns. Basically, he spent more money on the testing for the animals versus the animals he bought. And we were talking about it was outrageous, dude. I was like, it's like almost like 100 snakes, and he tested every one, and he did full panels through RGI, and he did this, and I'm sitting there like, damn, like, you bought that snake for $50, but a 120 test on it. Well, yeah, and he'd be like, oh, it didn't come back, whatever. I'm like, well, yeah, probably not. Like, it was a blackhead. Like, and he's like, but I just want to see if it had anything else in it, because they don't understand genetics, right?
Yeah.
So moving forward, like I said, I talked a little bit of sense, maybe, hopefully, into him moving forward, because now, at this point, now he needs to breed these animals, do whatever he's going to do. and he's going to be hard pressed to get the money back out of him at any point with the testing involved already. Because if we're already cheap animals to begin with, they're going to be hard to move. So, like I said, it was like a growing pain. It's a learning curve. A lot of people, different. I'm saying a lot of people in the beginning, I'll buy too many males versus females, and they buy shit because, oh, it's just this and it's not a project, whatever. He did it the other way. It was a whole new realm of different new breeder personality buying. To me, I was like, now we're in a realm of testing everything just because we can.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense on some shit, and sometimes it does. And I don't think there's a handbook out on what makes sense. Yep.
I think there's been so many people, and I can't remember who all I've heard say it. I've heard it said a lot though, that there's no reason to not test everything, and I'm like, and that's not the case.
Well, if I
it's said a lot, several different platforms, and it's like there's shit that I would not test just because there's no point in it. Like you said, if I don't want to hold it back, I'm not wasting the money or the time to test it.
Even at this,
it doesn't make a difference to me.
Even at this point, just say I have 400 snakes, whatever. I don't even know. But say I have 400 snakes, and they're all quality at this point, man. I've been doing this a while, but I held back a lot of cool shit. Just say I ran a test for $100 across all of them. 100 times 40. That's for the full panel, whatever. And I'm saying we got it for $100 deal. You know how much fucking money that is? Like, yep. And I'd have to make all that back up, and some would hit, some wouldn't. Some would be like, oh my God. Some would be like, oh shit. Like, there's definitely ones I do, but even at this point, I got so many things I want to test. The numbers in the thousands it's going to cost me to do it.
Yeah.
By the time, like I said, I look at it, I'm like, I was keeping it anyway. I kind of the different version of what you guys said, basically test because I'm keeping it anyway. I was keeping it anyway, whether it was or wasn't. So that's where I'm like, that's surprise or not surprise, or like I said, bang shit. Yes, I'll test.
Well.
Because it has the whatever, it has the it factor. Like nobody has this shit. That's work testing all day to me.
Yeah.
Some kind of triple or double, save a visual double head, and it's like something you just can't find. A white lace head clown. That's probably worth testing. I probably should honestly got to test all three of them. I'm actually probably going to yank them off Morph Market this week and test them. But the thing is, they come out and have head clown. They're not going to be in the market anymore because I'm not holding them back because now I got supers.
Yeah.
They're only up there because, like I said, I have literally legit white lace, or not white lace, I have lace clowns. So I'm like, maybe I should be thinking, well, now they're all lace. Well, they're all, I'd rather go maybe that way with it. I don't know. Yeah. That got me thinking about my own shit right now, just having this conversation.
But no, so I just want to be clear, but just a lot of that testing we're talking about is, that's left up for the buyer. The buyer, they're buying the animal. They're going to keep the animal. They're going to raise that animal up. So that type of testing is left up to the buyer. We're not saying don't test it. Just the buyer is going to test that one because we don't plan to hold it back or keep it. And the value isn't there, It's not going to change the value. If it's not going to change the value, it's the buyer.
That said, I might need full panels for all my things. She might be right. You know what the bitch about that is?
I still got to get that thing that popped out Hurricane.
Yep. Here's the truth.
Original male.
Here's the truth. I could run full panels on some of these snakes I don't know. It's not going to come back anything because they don't exist. These nuanced genes that are in my genetics aren't something like a lesser. They're not something like a blackhead. They are enhancers. They are this. They are granites. They are whatever. They're not testable.
And it probably wasn't even in the sequence.
It's not even in the sequence yet. That's exactly what I'm saying because there's so many snakes out there that aren't even think about to be in a sequence yet. Fuck, we don't even got a bang test yet.
Yeah.
It's not Orange Dream. We tested it fucking through RGI, right?
Multiple tests.
Nathan sent 20-some tests to RGI. They're all bang. Not one of them came back Orange Dream. Now we know it's not Orange Dream because that's what we did beginning because, like I said, people were saying it was Nathan. We didn't know yet. We weren't making the combos yet. We're like, oh, shit. Let's just make sure. So Nathan did that groundwork. He took his own money. He freaking literally took out all that money and went, you know what? Shits and giggles. Let's fucking do it, man. Let's fucking throw them all out there. They didn't come back Orange Dream. He was like, we're on to something. Yeah. It's not like it's 1 or 5 tests he did. He did like fucking a lot. I wouldn't say it's over plus 25 of them, right? It was a lot. And he did it through RGI because basically, like I said, at that time, that's who had the Orange Dream test. And basically, there's no link. And they knows Charlie. Not to say that Charlie would ever like, oh, it's this. But they knew Charlie at that point, right?
I was going to say, it's someone that's not
It was a third
Yeah.
party, sent it out there, like literally. So I don't even know if Charlie had RD test at that time, but the whole point was it was a third party that doesn't know. Nate doesn't know RGI don't know. There was no naysaying, be like, oh, you had him say that or any of that bullshit. That'll all be released when we do it, like whatever on Bang, because like I said, there will have to be a documentary on basically Bang, all that kind of shit. I don't know how it's going to get put together, but it's definitely by the time it gets to where we think it's going to go, it's going to have to be said where it came from, all that shit. Because like I said, people love a story, and like I said, when they see these combos next to the Orange Dream counterparts and stuff, it's going to be like, okay, we thought, but we were wrong. I'm a very, very, very freaking skeptical person. Probably the most skeptical person anybody on here watches. And when Nate came to me, like I said, when he got the Bang, I was also one of them guys that looked down. I didn't say it was Orange Dream, but I was like, I don't know, bro. I was like, it kind of looks it. Then all of a sudden, more was done, and I went, it don't look it. Okay.
It's not doing it right.
It's not doing it right. Nate, like I said, I was never going to be like, oh, bro, it's fucking Orange Dream. This project sucks. That's not who I am. But I also didn't go, oh, man, this is the fucking second coming of freaking whatever, the ball python genetics. But when he started doing certain things, and then I started seeing stuff that Balls to You, Gav did. And I was like, oh, shit. And then that's the Dungeon did a couple things. And I'm like, oh, wow. Ken Masick put out a couple. And I'm like, all right, man, this is something, man. I've done a lot of Orange Dream, and I never seen Orange Dream do this. I want to we're only talking about the Bang because like it's the biggest thing in my collection, and this is the
it's one of the new big up and coming things that we're hyped about with the ball python stuff.
That's why we refer to that because it is the best thing I have in my collection. I have nothing else like that's crazy as like something I have that the rest of the world don't have, like a handful of people. So of course I'm excited about it. I'm like. Get here in a schoolgirl, but again, I have to sit on my hands right now because I have to do the work. I have to keep putting these things to snakes, making sure they're fucking as cool as I think they are. I'm doing the legwork right now, so guess what? So y'all don't have to when it's dead and said and done, right?
Yes.
And we're getting there. Like the stuff is just coming out. Like the next year is even more phenomenal than the year before. There's stuff sitting in some of these racks that you might not see for 4 years. You might not. I mean, depending on whether Nate wants to show some of the shit one day or I do, or it's going to sit until we go, it's time. Right now is not time for the insanity of it. But we'll show you some. Get your little juices flowing. But I've never been a hide and seek kind of guy either, a hide your collection kind of guy until this fucking gene either. I'm like,
well, here's the thing that I feel as though you almost have to because of all the naysayers. So you've got to make sure that when you go to drop the hammer, you can just mic drop it, basically.
I'll tell you what, if John pulls out that one,
here you go. Behold.
If John pulls that one out, man, you're all going to need sunglasses.
Hell yeah.
That was the one from last year, and I did some very cool stuff this year. And like I said, I'm only in the year 2 of breeding this thing. I did it very limited because of space, because I knew what I hit. I couldn't release.
Like I had to hold it back.
I made Krypton head Ultramels. So hopefully, like I said, nobody has. Like I said, I don't know if anybody else did Bang to Ultramel, but I know our small niche people didn't. So it's like I have a chance basically to maybe have the first Bang Clown or Krypton or Cryptic Ultramels.
Yeah.
Well, until that pops one day, which they're just babies. Well, they're not babies. Well, yeah, they're in the beginning of 2021, they're babies. But until that happens one day, and I look down and go, "Oh, this is it." I'm not going to release what that is yet, right? I'm not going to sell anybody. Like you can be like, "Oh, I made 4 males," and I'm sitting on 4 males. But guess what, bro? They're not for sale. You come to me with 20K, you come to me with 30K, you come to me with 40K. I'm going to laugh because, like I said, what making the snakes is what's more important to me than the money. Because I am that guy. Nate's the same way. Nate, you can Nate all day, man. If he just bang out the ass, if you don't got any for sale, he's just like, I don't got any for sale. His drawers could be lying with him. It's not for sale. But there are some I will release. Like I said, I got a Bang Clown on Morph Market right now. It's the only other Bang Clown on Morph Market. The other one's double head. If anybody knows anything about Bang, it's $20,000. Well, I have mine at $12,999. But it's the only other Bang Clown in the world. You want this shit?
It's a pay to play at the moment.
Somebody's willing to pay whatever that price. They're going to treat the gene with respect.
That's the other thing too. The price makes it so that way you're not going to just piss it all away.
Right.
Yeah, but they're also getting in with a visual.
You're getting him in a visual, right? You could take that thing if you have anything crazy clown. It could go to a female, and now you're on the same platform as I am with Clown Bang, right? Once that baby grows up, and like I said, you're entering the play where I'm right today. That's not really statistically the smartest move for a breeder to do, and I think a lot of people started doing that way too fast with a lot of these other genes. That's why a lot of shit's out there, and people start dropping it. They're selling them. They shouldn't have. Like DG Xanthics, what are there, like 3 made? Well, how'd it go from 30 to 20? Like, why did you drop your price, dude? There's three in the world. 3. Anybody gets that animal, they can just rip it across everything if they have the double heads or triple heads. Yeah, they can make money, 10 grand a pop. Oh, I'll sell them for 10, and then cool, you made your little niche for freaking a year. Then the next year's 5 grand because you sold them to your competition, all of them. You dumb ass, right? So keep that price, whatever. It keeps it respectable. Some of like the super hard shit. No, I'm not saying keep your price up on freaking everything, man. When you see something, 15 of them, okay, you can do a price drop game. There's 15 of them. 15 other guys can do that shit. Cool. Well, I'm with you. We're gonna make it together. But if you have something that's out of this world and freaking it's going to be whatever, stick on it. Keep it in your rack. Feed it. I got 4 male bangs. I got 4 male Krypton bangs. Guess what? I'm feeding them suckers. Yeah, cool. Whatever. But by the time I make the shit and I release it, and it's the fucking some of the coolest shit on earth, and everybody's going to want it. Everybody's going, oh my God, look at the fucking goddamn Krypton freaking bang, blah, 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 freaking Ultramel. Then I'll be like, oh, here's some of the babies' heads. Right, and then the treks will trickle. Now you can start. Now it's going to take you 3 more years to catch up to that.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but that's the ball python game, though. You got to, if you the breeder, have to make sure you're ahead of your competition.
Right. So when it's out,
it's the way it is. I mean,
when you see one of a kind animals, and if your bank can afford it, and that's the road you're taking, jump on it, because that one animal might not show up again. I'm a perfect example of this. There's a couple animals I missed. I've never seen another one.
Yep. You won't. I mean, you got to think every one of these animals are literally one-offs. I don't care what genes are in them. You'll find good-looking DG, bad-looking. You'll see good-looking scrambler, bad, all the genes. Everything's one-off.
Yep. When you see that one that speaks to you,
you won't find another me.
Thank God.
I had
no twins, baby.
A couple years ago, and I didn't jump because I didn't have the money, basically, or whatever. It just sucks. A Krypton DG. It was the prettiest fucking Krypton DG I ever seen. It was head Xanthics. That fell into my urine was 5 years ago. It fell into my lap. I could have had that snake for under $3,000. I would be today making the world's best DG fucking Xanthic fucking. And like I said, I probably would have had it in a head clown at this point and all kinds of shit. I fucked up. And like I said, I'll never see another one. And if I do see another one, it's going to be sky's the limit round, right? Because everybody's keen to this shit now. This is before anybody was even on this path. And like, I'll never forget that day going, I fucked up. I fucked up. Like, I ruined like the next 5 years. I not ruined, but I could have been a different trajectory.
Yeah.
And a couple of them snakes have definitely left my hands. No different in Chris's. Like, it's as weird as this is. Chris made a hypo clown last year. And Chris had him at the shows, and Chris was showing everybody. And I looked down at that snake, and I said, Chris, that is the baddest ass hypo clown in the fucking country. I was like, I've never seen a single gene, or even if it has a gene in it, ever look that bright in hypo clown. So I fucking got it from him. And I can't wait to see what it does this year. Maybe we'll see a freak thing. Like, that maybe it's just that one it looks at, but I took it to some shit this year. And if that snake translate anything, what he looks like in the shit I got, I'm gonna be the best hypo clown in the country.
Yeah.
Go get it. Is it paired up with anything? Go get it.
Yeah, Dad's crazy. I don't know what the hell.
And then, like I said, my camera ain't the best. Look at the color on that thing.
Let's see, that's pretty.
They're all like that.
It has a hurricane head stamp. The 2 dots moving forward and the line across the head. Now, we don't know if it's hurricane. We don't know if it's vanilla. We don't know if it's just a freaking sick ass clown hypo. But if I can just get all the clown hypos that I start making popping out even remotely close to this clean and this color, they're selling themselves all day. And now you're going to have some of the best clown hypo combos coming out of Triforce moving forward with somebody's projects. And then, like I said, it'll be just what I want to be known for. A clown hypo is my favorite thing on earth.
Yeah.
And then one day I'll put bang into this crazy shit, and I'll put freaking whatever.
Dalton got one too.
Scrambler and whatever other crazy. Right, and then Dalton got the other one. They were basically twinsies.
Yep. Ooh.
I mean, this thing was, like I said, and this is an adult looking like this kind of crazy clean, which don't usually happen in many snakes. This thing as a baby was electric. You could see it across the fucking show. And I could look at Chris and say, how the fuck are you sitting on that? Chris being Chris, like, oh, I'm just going to, I don't know, man. I'm gonna put these on sale. I was like, the fuck you are? Like, I was like, I'm taking.
I had 3 males and I had dad.
Hey, Riley.
I wish they were female.
Riley, just so you know, man, I'm living vicariously through you this year for the Morelia and the carpet stuff. So I keep posting the content because I don't think I'm gonna get any jungle clutches this year. My girls completely pulled the wool over my eyes and I don't know what the hell's going on with them. I thought I was gonna have a clutch by now, and I don't. And yeah, anyway,
Crazy shit.
Keep up with your carpet season, dude, because I soaking up your success this year because I've had a flop. So.
Well, I wanted a mission like
I was gonna pull my hypo clown out, but there's still a sulfur in there. I was going to grab the sulfur to get it out, and he came right out of his hide and
he went and ate it. He didn't know it was in there. So
no, he probably didn't know it was in there. The thing was just chilling.
I was almost your hand. So I searched about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, whatever, for Cypress clown. And like I said, this guy, like I said, I searched high and low. And I just wanted it simple. I wanted with a really nice gene and very expressive of being Cypress, and just whatever. So I ended up with this dude. It's just a fire Cypress, but the quality of him was just off the hook for me.
Yeah.
Like I said, it has the perfect head. The pattern was just beautiful, and he's holding his color like really awesome in the adulthood. He almost has a hypo look. So that's what I took to that really wacky, exantic looking thing, and I took it to a couple other snakes just to pass on the genetics.
Yeah.
Of quality. Because like I said, Cypress is a gene that really does work well in clown, as we're seeing. And I just want to do it with the right genetics for me to just try to get the color pop. I'm all about contrast, clean. That's what all these projects are being worked towards. And I have my dark projects right with blackhead and crazy making black snakes and matters, and that's just another like personal thing I just love making. But the goal forward is like, how clean can we make these things? I know what DG does this stuff. I like some DG stuff, and I'm gonna make DG stuff. But DG hits a wall for me with certain clarities of once you go DG, it does a DG look, I call it. It's like a creamy, the black's gonna be black with the pastels, but it's like always that pastel look, that real yellow. Or you get the other whatevers, fires, they all kind of like, they pop, but they have that DG look to them. I wanted to get this shit to have its own look. Lace, fang, Cypress, really good yellow bellies, really good vanillas, because it's a totally different look.
Well, you're gonna love me because I did that hypo clown to your Cypress head hypo.
And again, then that Cypress again
She's
had a
pretty
nuanced gene hit it, and she ended up being head hypo for you, and that's freaking sick. I made one Cypress hypo, dude. That's it. I've tried now for 2 years. I've only hit one, and it's one of the coolest hypo snakes I own.
Yeah,
single gene. I held her back because she was just so fucking cool.
I hit a male. I sold it. It was pretty though.
So, and like I said, she's just in a bin growing, and like I said, that she's the perfect Cypress hypo for me. I'll wait a year or two, whatever she's big enough, and then I'll start dropping that hypo with that genetic because it's good hypo, it's good Cypress, and then that will be the carry-on through what the Cypress will be. Instead of going out and be like, I need to run and get like a Cypress hypo to do it next year, I'd rather get it and hold my own because it's going to be better. Like, I already put the perfect amount of gene into it the way I want it. I put the ghost I have, which I love, into that snake. Ghost, like I said, no, it's not. All these genes are not created equal. I got ghosts that suck, dude. I sold it all.
I was gonna say you gotta weed through it. I mean, it's
not that it sucked. It just wasn't as good as this ghost.
I was gonna say I think that's where I'm gonna refer this to like the Morelia community. Like, you want to breed the best of the best. If you're gonna breed a dirty, just say jungle, you're gonna make dirty jungles. But if you're breeding that black and yellow, or like for Riley's case, he's got some really nice stripe stuff. If you're breeding that stripe to another killer looking stripe, you're gonna make badass looking striped animals. Just like that's why I was when you guys offered Penny back up, that's why I jumped on that one. I was like, well, shit. It's like I don't have like her mom isn't even as nice looking of a stripe
for sure
as what she is. It's like that's why I jumped on that shit.
Most of my business, like it's doing this, is mostly repeat business. The reason why is because, like I said, the snakes will speak for themselves. Get talking to people; they see what you did to do it. It's not like I just like, oh, I just bought this cool ass goats because it's cheap on Morph Market. Oh, it had cypress, so I bought this cool ass cheap. Because, like I said, at that point, it might not do. You might get the cypress, whatever, but it might not be that cool. Yeah. So, like I said, I really try to pinpoint each and every gene I was going to work with forward. And I got that mentality about 7-8 years ago because I was making snakes that had genetics and they were cool, but they weren't what I wanted. They weren't coming out the way I wanted. They were coming out dull. They were coming out this. They were coming out like, oh, is that like, oh, it's dirty. It's this. It's granity. It's as soon as that shit starts happening, I kind of cancel that project.
Yeah.
And it's a year wasted. It's a year. Somebody else can get it and they can breed around it and even I have some animals. I mean, I still breed around. Not every fucking snake in my is perfect. I still have snakes I'm breeding around shit. It's just what we do. Like I got a super blackhead, fucking pastel lesser. It's one of the ugly. I call her. Like I said, I talked about it on the show before. She's Ugly Betty. She's super fucking black. Oh,
I remember you showing off Ugly Betty.
Yeah. Ugly Betty. She's cool looking. Don't get me wrong, but again, it's lesser and pastel. It takes away from her. But the blackhead it's in her is phenomenal. It's red ringer in it. I'm sure. Like, so I'm going to breed around it. And if I do hit some of these pastel blackheads, pastel or whatever, lesser blackheads, they're going to be cool. They'll be table snakes, $300, $400, $500, whatever they cost, $200. I don't even know. But what I'll do with her, hopefully I hit the mother load with whatever the other way I go. She's also possible head hypo. It's like, I'll put her in the rack. I got a Pompeii this freaking goddamn pastel. She's cool, but I have to breed around it, man. I'm not putting out a pastel Pompeii for freaking $500 because I'm freaking like she's pastel in her and giving somebody else a Pompeii, and I'm like, oh, dude, this is like world of world's coolest Pompeii. Look what I made her. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm gonna keep her. Fuck that.
Wait, did you sell Ugly Betty?
Fuck no. Oh, I didn't sell no damn Ugly Betty. oh.
The judges are like, wait a minute here. Wait a minute.
You better check and make sure you got Ugly Betty.
Did I pull a Danny?
Fuck no, man. Ugly Betty's still right here. I might have sold another sneaky gold Ugly Betty. That might have been Ugly Betty 2.8. But it wasn't Ugly Betty.
That's Ugly Betty 3.0 right there.
Bro. Ugly Betty is ugly. But she is freaking, like I said, the genes she holds is phenomenal.
The chat had their own auction for Ugly Betty.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. I think I do vaguely remember that one.
You guys want to get Ugly Betty. Nope. But like, again, I got another room. I got a snake that's the genetics of Ugly Betty without the pastel and is arguably one of the coolest. I'm going to grab her because, like I said, I'm going to show this snake. Just to show you what one gene can pretty much do to a snake. But Ugly Betty, cool. Power, she ugly. All right, Ugly Betty. Back to home.
And she's a visual clown, right?
Yeah, she's visual.
Hey, guys. It's just me.
I'll be right back.
You want me to take my shirt off again?
I'm getting some for Riley.
Oh, shit. I gotta pull these rats. I got some rats in the tub. Oh,
shit.
Here, Riley. Since you gotta give Riley some eye candy. I know he's getting tired of seeing these freaking rocks.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the pattern that's awesome.
That's Ivar.
Is that the one that just sold?
No. This is a holdback, dude.
Oh.
That's a great looking snake. And if you can make more great looking snakes like that, people will freaking line up to buy them.
Dude, he's still coloring up yet. That's the thing.
I mean, we know that snake's going to be electric fucking yellow and black. We've seen the adults. And he's even better looking.
The tipping on him is what the tipping and the erratic pattern.
Yeah.
I was gonna get Penny out, but Penny's going in the shed. And when I lifted up the hide, she kind of gave me that look like, yeah, you just try, bucko. Like, I'm not in the mood for your shit tonight.
Well, he's not going after your face, so that's cool.
Oh no, dude, he's really good. He's really good.
Yeah, no, he's nice.
But look at that pattern. Like,
that's what I said. They almost look Diamond Jungle. So pretty.
so I'll go get one more yet that I want Riley to see quick.
Mel. They just left me alone again. I'm not even on the big screen.
I'm going to show two snakes off. Like this to show you this is what breeding is to me. It's not like I said. Sometimes, like, of course, you want value out of stuff. You want this, but this is shit like this is what it's about.
But he put himself up on the big screen. We gotta look at his ugly green walls.
I know.
Which one's that?
Dude, this guy's even going into shed too, so he's not even.
Oh, he keeps bringing out carpets. Ain't nobody gives a shit about the same looking carpets, Jeremy. God damn.
But this is one of the Celeste babies. This is brother to the one that is getting shipped out.
Oh, nice.
That's even more fatter banding.
Yeah,
like I kept him just because he's a lot more organized banding. Oh, bud.
He looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the colors and things, they are what they are. They're just phenomenal. This, like I said, the ball python game's different than the carpet game. Like, if you want a killer ass looking carpet, that color, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking Keith, that's a gopher stick. Freaking Keith. Thanks again for the $2 super chat, though, bro. But like this is what kills me, is because like I want to make more of these this year, and like this is the first year in a while that I'm not gonna have any. Like it literally kind of like, as much cool stuff as I'm making this year, it really kind of like kicks me in the nuts.
Sure.
Like, I want more of these.
Mm. Yeah, it's definitely a hard hit.
Yeah.
Riley, with the new blood, I've actually got 2 nice females from Curtin growing up. So the new blood is here. It's just growing up a little bit. But this one's a different, same dad, just different mom for this one.
What the fuck is active? She is trying.
And I tried to get my boy that had lineage back to Cover Girl to breed this year, and I think that's why I've got 2 clutches of I don't know what the hell happened. Apparently he just didn't do his job or something.
Oh, they're late. They're just late.
Dude, I don't think they're late. Dude, it is such a confusing situation with that. Here, John, I'll put you there. I'll let you show that one off.
The clown, like I said, it's just one of those very whatever, do all kinds of crazy shit with it. But this little girl popped out this year, which is totally unexpected. Now, look at her pattern. Looks like it's ghosted all the way through her.
Yeah.
So I seen online somebody put out like a Hidden Gene Woma friggin' with.
Yeah.
And it looked very similar to this one, but if you want to know what this snake is, and it's like the power this thing holds is absolutely unbelievable. So it is a black pastel or cinnamon mahogany blackhead clown.
Look at it. Look, this man sat quiet all freaking podcast instead of being on here with us. And then he comes out and just stabs me right in the back.
We just talked up the Bang project.
Yeah, we just
Bang sucks.
we
Nobody
just
get
sang
it.
your praises.
I know.
Dave.
Yeah, he just talked up the Bang project.
So like I said, like all like snakes are different, but like that's a clown combo, and it's like, what? Everybody's so used to what they're used to seeing with clown. Like, there's so many directions to take a snake like this. If I get this color going different or whatever, we'll see. But like the base of that snake is just a genetic powerhouse. But this is why I breed is stuff like this. It took me years to make this.
Ooh, done. Got it.
So this is a black pastel yellow belly lace probable citron, 100% het clown, 66% het pied, and I put a ringer on it.
Dude, I love that freaking pattern. Holy shit.
So it has, you know, all the whatever lace. There's not a speck of dirt in its backbone, man. It's not even showing up crazy. Like this snake is neon crazy orange.
Dude, I love that pattern. Like that thing's badass looking.
But again, like I said, it's a female. It's gonna be like held back. Like that'll be a female that I put another lace to one day and go for white lace, whatever the hell this is, in a clown form. So, it's crazy. And that's why I took Citron Gene this year. Like put in some of the lace stuff. It did. A really cool snake to pop out this year. And she laced Citron. Wow.
She got it.
Oh God, what are you doing?
Me?
So
He's fucking pretty.
What, me?
we'll see what he does. Like he said, he's got the color of like almost sulfur.
Yeah.
It's just we'll see what he does. Like so much is people are like whatever on Mojave clowns. That's a Mojave yellow belly lace.
That thing looks hypo.
I was gonna say, dude, I was like, you sure that's not a hypo, John?
Nope. It's possible.
He's
Nuts.
I bought a black pastel Mojave clown, and the thing looks hypo.
Yep.
But he's het hypo, but he looks.
The Mojaves are insane for doing that.
Yeah.
But that snake lace, like I said, it's a glowworm. It has the lace gene. So imagine this one day super or put Bang gene on it or whatever. Like all this shit we're talking about. Like that's what breeding is. Like if I'd buy, like I said, I'd buy whatever harder hitting male basically for the future because you got girls like that growing up. And then like I said, this snake's cool, but it's about taking it to the next level.
I'm saying this boy looks hypo.
He does.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he hit that leopard.
Yellow belly, chocolate, lace, leopard.
Dude, look at that freaking head. Like, get it. Like that. Dude, that head's nuts.
Got one of these on Morph Market right now, a male. Basically, it almost looks almost identical to this as a male. This is a female, but like, again, I didn't keep the male back because I have other lace male females, and to take leopard to leopard was like no point to me, and mixing yellow bellies together and all that crazy shit. So I'm like, all right, I'll keep the cool female. I'll put the male out. Somebody can plug it in. It's just different look, man. Crazy cool head.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I love like
That's so cool.
the head. It's not even like a pattern. It's more like it just gave it stripes.
It's a stripe. A lot of chocolate clown stuff, stripes on the back of the head.
Okay.
It has like a horseshoe that comes around the back of their head on leopards. It's weird.
And
this is like, I don't know if anybody else has these in the world right now, but that's a hypo ultra mel, yellow belly, het cryptic.
Oh wow.
Just a different, crazy looking. Well, we're taking ultra mel. And that's why I made the Bang ones, eventually take it into this kind of stuff, because it's going to be like, okay, boost the color, boost the orange, boost the whatever. Purples might be different. Who knows?
Anybody in the chat have anything else that they want to talk about tonight? It's 10:30 as of right now. So if anybody's got any topics or things that they want to talk about, drop it in the chat.
There's Bang Clown.
I was gonna say I was gonna say, John, that looks like the Bang Clown.
That's one of them.
Oh shit!
So yeah, you see the color of that thing? It's just.
I love the blushing, dude. Like it looks like someone hit it with an eraser.
Right, and that's just a single gene Bang Clown. Like,
yeah,
it's not
OD clowns. You can't even tell if they're OD clowns or not.
you're right. They might have like a circle dot on their head. Some of the Orange Dream stuff, like they're just not that color.
They just don't scream at you. Yeah,
Not like that. Not knocking it, but just takes more work than
That's
Bang.
what they're doing. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm just gonna sneak peek it. Yeah, check that shit out for 1 second. Oh, this looks.
I think I know. I think I know.
I'm not gonna tell anybody what it is, but that's a Bang combo.
I think I know.
I say I'm pretty sure I know.
I don't think he told me, but I think I know.
This came up in a conversation earlier with us.
That's the head of that thing.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Look at that blushing. Look at the color of it.
Yeah.
Orange Dream, like I said, I've never seen color like that ever on like an Orange Dream animal. So
Look on.
Do with Red Strip. Yeah, go ahead, Sorrentino. I know what you're gonna say.
Go to Gavin. What's that? Balls to you.
Balls to you. Yeah.
Yeah, go on Gavin. I'm sure one of his videos he shows one.
It was
insane.
last year. It was last year. I think he's going for
his red stripe.
The Red Stripe Bang.
He has something else in that snake. It's so badass.
It was badass.
That snake's so ridiculous.
Freaking Nate.
I never thought I'd hear that.
But yeah, Greg, it was last year. Gavin put a video out.
Nate, like I said, Nate never tells a lie.
Wasn't it Spot Nose Red Stripe?
It might have been. That snake don't.
Because something tells me he was going for the Bang Batman, but there was Red Stripe in the pairing as well. I could be wrong. Nate would know better. Him and Gavin, I think, talk, or at least used to talk a little bit, or a good bit. Because I think I remember him and I talking about it, and he had said that Gavin did go for the Batman or the Batman Bang and missed. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't quote me on that one, though. Or he says Gavin's made a lot of Red Stripe Bang combos. Okay. Yep, there. Dude, that's just fucking sick.
Ridiculous.
That's just
it's absolutely mind fuck, dude. That thing is so sick.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
it's got that baby oil on it.
Yeah, well,
it's got that Diddy oil.
That's out the egg, and we all know that Bang gets better with a couple sheds, right? Like it came out the egg like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If I can even just start to scratch the surface of shit that looks like this,
dude,
I'm happy. I'm good. It was worth every dollar I spent. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like I'm good. Because snakes like that,
just coming out of the egg. Imagine after a couple sheds.
Do you know what you have to do with genetics to get snakes to look like that? Like how deep you actually have to go to even start sniffing stuff like that. That's the thing with like certain genetics versus others, like the road. Like I said, we can make all these crazy animals, but it might be 10 years, it might be 15. Well, you can do something like that and like if you have the right snakes.
Yeah, swipe them credit cards. Get yourself a 0% interest APR for 18 months.
They're like they're at a Bang commercial tonight.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
You. Hey, you. Get over here. Do you want to get banged?
Well, you're in luck, man, because Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons is the man to bang you. Nathan's the guy you got to go to if you want to get into the bang project. But he's got some other cool stuff that he's also working with as well. Now, on top of all that banging that he's doing, he still has time to have you covered for all of your branding needs, folks. That's right, tablecloths, banners, backdrops, all that stuff. He's got you covered. So make sure you head on over to Infinite Possible Pythons, get your bang, get your branding stuff, and get out. Infinite Possible Pythons, banging the world one customer at a time.
I'm sorry, Nate. I had to.
That is the best one. I love that one. Banging the world one customer at a time.
Could have lost the Baghdadi visa.
That's just so freaking great.
Oh God.
But nah, just like I said, we were just talking about the breeding. There's so much still left to do, basically. Like I said, I know the market's whatever, feels whatever. We got to keep on rocking with it.
Yeah.
We're not seeing that stuff on auctions, right? Like you're not seeing this lace black pastel yellow belly or these hypo ultramels. So you're seeing a lot of cool snakes, maybe you think, on auction, but you're not seeing some of the elite shit on auction. It's just not happening.
Well, the thing is, I mean, as much as the auction stuff bothers me sometimes, and you know it because like
it's selling the building.
We all talk about it, but
there's some crazy building blocks or sometimes some really stupid money. And like I said, whoever gets that is the lucking out. Like, I get it. Watch them if you can snag something really cool, but like most of the stuff is just run of the mill stuff, right? For breeding, it's great for starting out if it's cheaper. But like I said, if you do got a couple dollars, and like this is stuff I learned, I'd rather spend whatever on 2 snakes than 30 snakes. My old mentality would have said 30 snakes because now I can make more. We're not in a market anymore where making more makes sense.
Yeah.
It has to be good to even make that auction page, first of all. Like, decently enough to make it, right? All those byproducts or some shit. But if it's really good, that's basically, like I said, you want to be in the topper tier of what's good. It's one of a kind. It's 2 of them out there. It's this. Like, that can really boost your project forward. That kind of stuff. And once that comes back to basically the ball python world, it will. That's when you'll be happy that you did make some of the right moves. Where the hell did Jeremy go now?
Here you go. Don't fucking bite me, dude. Here's that hypo clown.
He's huge.
Oh, he's a monster.
I keep my male small. I'm mean.
But look at his head.
I feed him great. I just feed him smaller.
He eats small rats.
You got big off some small rats, bro. Like bigger than some breeder females.
Oh, he's a year older than yours.
I know. Look how big he is. Mine's like freaking like 900, 950. That thing's what, 2,000 grams?
No, he's probably 50.
He looks huge on camera. I don't know.
Let me weigh him. Come here. Don't be a dick.
I know snakes sometimes they look way bigger on camera than they actually are.
He's 1325.
Okay. And my boy's sitting around like 850, 900.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, he looks way bigger than 13. Shit. Because of forced perspective, you're putting him up to the camera.
Maybe. I just love his headstand.
Nah, he looks just like the baby, like big fat, holes in it, all that crap. Neat. I like the hole. It has the hurricane look because the holes are separated and it has pattern between holes. Those clown combos have solid holes. What's that? Oh, a little. Okay. Looks better on camera than it does in pictures, Jeremy.
This is one of the Bang Pet TSK's POS pet clowns.
That looks good, man. It's clean. Like I said, it's muted looking a little bit because I think because of the head exantics, but it's clean.
Well, that's the thing.
It's
like,
not dirty looking like that. Even though on the top of the alien heads, it's not like dirt.
Yeah, but it's crazy. It's got like alien head,
Bro, it looks
A
cryptic.
banded, alien head banded towards the back third.
Got a cryptic.
That's pretty
cool.
Yeah.
With all that white coming up around the whatevers. It don't have a cryptic neck or anything, but it has that cryptic pattern. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But no, it's like I just want to like everybody got to see, you know, some of like that crazy killer stuff, but just look at it like we were saying about how reactive it is. Like you just see like what the heads do with it.
This is a single gene bang, we think. It might have another something in it. It's knowing me. But it's different. Right? It's weird.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely head influences.
Yep. And like I said, if I were to show to somebody, but somebody would like, oh my god, it's like Super Orange Dream something. Like that's a single gene. Like there's no possibility of super in it.
And that's the other thing too. I mean, you figure like bang gets better as it sheds.
Yeah.
These things have only like this one's only had one shed. It
Right,
hasn't even actually taken its first meal yet. Only one of the bangs took their first meal so far.
That's what you got to look forward to because they do get better like after second, third, fourth. Even like some of this stuff Nathan will show me, right? And I'll be over and I'll be looking at stuff. It'll pull the drawer open like 2 months later. I'm like, what snake is that? He's like, oh, that's that. What's it called? I'm like, no, it ain't. It like changes that much.
Yeah.
Not many other genetics really do it to that extreme. Like it's just night and day sometimes when it opens to things. And I just start laughing. Bullshit me, but he's not because you never know when he's fucking me bullshit or not.
Like, here's the one. Here's the first one that shed out that Nate kind of was like, he thought that the pattern kind of exceeded his expectations with it, and that he was like, the color did what he thought it would do. I mean, you can just see. I mean, like, there is a little bit of difference.
Yeah.
Between the two now, is it polymorphism or is it the head?
You know what yours did to mine? You know what yours didn't do to mine did, which is kind of cool. Mine's all blushed. Yours aren't.
Yeah.
Isn't that like it's weird? And is that the double head influence or is that the single head influence from the head Xanthics? Like maybe so. Like that thing is. I prefer that kind of look. Like that thing's black.
It's black, but the blushings go up on the side, and what I've come to really like with the bags, and I think it's going to work really well with the Xanthics,
yes,
is the high white that comes in around the alien heads and just up from the bottom.
It's like a blown out, white, clean, crazy look. And that's why I think lace works so well with bang, because it took that pattern from the bottom and just stretched it all the way up across the top of the animal.
Yep. I'll be right back.
She's still
My goal is always to try to get it clean from top to bottom. Like that's why I always talk about like look at the dorsal stripe on this one. There's no noise in it. When I talk about noise, I talk about like flecking, all that kind of stuff. And I'm always trying to eliminate that. Because I don't know how many times I heard, man, if that pattern was on top of the snake, if that color was on top of the snake, it'd be fucking phenomenal. So we basically keep trying to get that genetics to reach the top of the spine. Get that, because then when you get them dark blacks next to that, whatever orange color, yellow color, whatever kind of genetics you're working with, white, it just works phenomenally.
Yep. And that's like I had said before, like my original thought was, as far as what I was expecting to see, was like you have a lot of it. Nate's got a lot of it. Chris's and stuff. Like you guys have a lot of that blushing in the dorsal. Yeah. So when mine popped out and there's no blushing on the dorsal, I'm kind of like, it's like, wait a minute here. Like this looks a completely different look. But then I got to thinking, here, let me make it bigger, John. Sorry.
I was just showing like one snake can have both. Like you see the back end of that snake, there's no blushing except for that little spot right there, like the little pie bone. But then you get to the front of the snake, dude, and it's like all blushing. And every one of them, if you like talk about tipping in your carpets, every scale's tipped on this thing.
Yep.
And then, like I said, we know what black pastel heads look like. Look at and this has nothing to do with bangs, it's lace. Look at the clarity of that head.
Yeah.
It is blushed beyond belief all the way back. It's almost translucent.
It really is actually.
It's freaking
Gives
weird.
you the, just like a
Yeah, like
I'm
that.
gonna go back. I guess I'm really nerdy, but like the Predator toys back when I was a kid,
Yeah.
when they would make the cloaked Predator, it's
Yep.
kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah, like you just look at that color, like through there. It's just nuts to me. That's a black pastel animal.
Wow.
So it's like, where can you take just this? And this is simple genetics. Like, where does something like this? This is a black pastel, yellow belly lace, probable citron.
Dude, that thing almost looks like white lace.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it really does. If I told somebody it was a white lace, they'd be like, yeah. But it's not. And a citron gene could have been playing a part with some of this cleaning up because it does clean up the black pastels. But the lace hitting and with the yellow belly, which is yellow belly is a really good addition to lace, just in general. It just really took it to the next level for this snake. Yeah, this guy came out, man. I was just blown away. I'm like, man, we are just starting to scratch the surface with some of this stuff. We all look, the morph market. We see pastel laces, we see yellow bellies, we see black pastel lesser, we see a couple of Mojave maybe. But then you really start thinking about it. You really don't see much past that, right? Like, yeah, one here. Bro, I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna show one more snake before we're done. This snake's gonna be jaw dropping. It's a white lace combo. It's a mahogany.
Ooh.
It's a mahogany yellow belly. I'm gonna bring them both. I'm gonna bring them both over real quick just to show you what white lace does in a mahogany.
Ooh, I love that snake. He knows I do.
I gotta say, with the bang stuff, I was excited for the bang project. Once you hatch your own bangs, your level of enthusiasm for it goes to a totally different level.
Well, since we got Charlie watching, get it done.
Yeah,
get
Charlie,
it done.
use my sheds to finish the shed test off.
Pretty
for bang.
Look, let me give him the puppy dog eyes.
Also, if you give me good test results for my heck clown stuff with them, Chris will keep his shirt on for a month.
Or I'll PM you with it off.
That might give me the wrong results that I'm looking for, Chris. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
All right, everybody can watch me get fit now because these are the spicy meatballs. I'm going to show the white lace mahogany first. Oh, gee, fucking psycho.
Yeah, Nate, Charlie's in the chat. Aren't you seeing his comments?
No, I don't have my chat on.
No. Nate said, is Charlie in the chat with a question mark?
These I am gonna send in Charlie. I want to see if they're basically, first of all, make sure they're 100% white lace because I do believe it. They made a lot of mahogany lace. They don't look like that. And I'm gonna test them for head clown. So this is mahogany. Look at this fucking spicy.
Ooh, spicy meatball.
Spicy meatball. But again, we were talking about that backbone. It's for the clarity. If anybody knows what mahogany looks like, this is like insane.
I hate when I change comments. It moves John. It flips the screens.
Again, you got the crazy ass blushed out head. Man, you're a sucker.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
And the blacks are as black can be. They're jet black.
Yeah, lace does that too, man. Makes that contrast.
The popcorning. You've got the popcorning, then you've got the fade.
All right.
And then you have that distinct outline of.
So remember what he looks like. So this is one. I thought this was yellow belly at first. I'm like, oh, this is a mahogany yellow belly lace. And I'm going, man, that's freaking way too much. Even crazy popcorn for yellow belly and white lace. I'm like, all right. I'm looking at the color, and I made yellow belly mahogany for him. All right, it's not adding up. Oh.
Nate had Charlie blocked or something.
I'm gonna show a progression. So this is pastel white lace.
Dude,
Really
that's
pretty.
hot.
It's,
That's
you know,
hot.
it's a
That's
really
just
pretty
pastel lace.
pastel
Yeah.
lace. Pastel lace are a little darker than this. I made a lot of pastel lace, and like I said, if this was just pastel lace, then shit. All right, so pastel lace. All right, cool. That's cool. And then I'll show you one with yellow belly pastel, white lace.
Look at
Yeah. That's like, oh shit.
You got all the craziness. The head's really
Boing.
clean. Super blacks again, and I'm going to show you the star of the show with this shit. You see this guy. This is yellow belly. This is how I knew the other one wasn't yellow belly, for sure. This is yellow belly mahogany white lace.
Oh,
Look at that.
man.
Dude, look at that head.
I know.
Jeez.
We're just now scratching the surface of what lace combos can be with different genetics than I'm used to seeing with the whatever. Like this first time I basically got to super lace with mahogany. This is just mahogany. Imagine how open the world's going to be when it starts hitting blackhead and all these crazy genes, black pastels and bang and fucking like you name it.
Mm-hmm.
What's lace in it?
Dude, that's nuts.
That snake is like it looks like just art. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And this is clean as it gets.
Sold.
They would like this one. But he had, like you said, he was the holdback. And again, I'm gonna race my laces off more. I'm gonna test them all. Like I said, we talked about this shit tonight. There is certain things we test that we should test. There's certain things we shouldn't. Like I learned from talking tonight about a couple things.
Greg, I am chomping at the bit to sell you some TSK, bro.
Dude, that mahogany, boys. Oof.
That's
Is that the one you been bringing to the shows?
Oh, just a show. Yeah, I brought him to the shows.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't have a sale tag on him. The other three I have a morph market. They're all freaking around $1,000. I said I'm about to yank them all off. So
I was gonna say, yeah, that's what single gene white lace goes for.
well, yeah, like I said, they're possible head crown. Like I said, they might be worth keeping all of them, even with the pastel gene on in them, because they're so vibrant.
Yeah,
I love pastel lace stuff. I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care what it has its place. If anybody's gonna put pastel into anything, man, lace is a gene to do it in.
No, it works great in that. Works great in Xanthic. Works great in DG.
Could you imagine taking that shit to head Xanthic?
Dude,
stuff?
I got what the hell?
You imagine that snake Xanthic?
Dude, that would be nuts as an Xanthic. Oh, trust me, dude. That it's a sickness. My brain does that shit automatically. I don't need to imagine. It just happens.
You know what
Here,
else it would look amazing in? Ultra
So here's
Ghost. Look at that.
Hypo DG.
Gorgeous.
Bang. Pastel Hypo DG.
Yeah, it looks better.
Yep.
She's like way better.
Yep. Hypo is fucking awesome. Like you got good hypo, it rocks. I'd like that frosted look, especially over bright jeans and shit, because it just does that whole fading effect. And I love dark jeans and hypo too. Like I'm a blackhead hypo fanatic.
Well, I know I'm anxious to get some blackhead Xanthic shit and then throw the true ghost to it.
Yep.
And get that ball rolling on that aspect.
That's what I mean. Like we got so many roads still to go. It's going to take us so many years to get there. And like I said, the market is what it is on certain things, but you're not seeing snakes like we just showed tonight for sale.
Yep.
Like crazy sales. Like they are still $1,000. They're
60% off.
They're cheaper than maybe where they should be, but they're not $50. They're not $120 like a lot of this auction stuff's going for. And like once in a while, don't get me wrong, I see some snakes going to auction. Like that's all that's going for. Oh my goodness! And of course,
there's been a couple things that boggled my mind here lately.
Right. It's gonna mess with your mind, but like, oh man, if that went for that, that means that's worth that. Like, but it's not. It's really not the case because if you search it, 10 of them versus one, it's probably okay. Like Pompeii, people are like, oh my god, I've seen Pompeii sell cheap. There's also 30 Pompeiis now listed or whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's exactly whatever. That one dude, whatever his name with Diablo, he's got like 30 of them, dude, like himself. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do with them, but he has them. But I mean, the hell are you gonna do with that many? You're gonna make a ton of shit.
You can't breed them together. It's all supers.
Super what, man? You got super spot nose, super fucking black
Yellow belly.
belly, super
You got
yellow
this-
belly,
Got the super duper looper is what you've got.
super red stripe. Okay, that one's kind of cool, but again, it has known for sometimes having some kind of little obstacles because super like what makes a Pompeii. And again, I make Pompeii shit. It's worth the squeeze if you want a Pompeii in your collection. Would I recommend somebody having 10 Pompeiis in their collection? Probably not. But if you want a Pompeii in your collection, sure, make it. Fucking buy it. Do whatever. Put that thing in the freaking thing. You'll make more banging ass snakes. You can add genes to it. But when you're fucking, like I said, you got lines of rows of all that, they're going to cancel each other out.
Yeah.
And then you got too much of just one thing. Well, I'll tell you a gene you cannot have too much of. You cannot have too much lace.
Yeah.
Right?
Vanilla.
A bang gene is an enhancer gene. You can't have too much orange stream. I love orange stream. Can't have too much. Can't have too much scrambler. Like anything that's an enhancer gene, you can't have too much of it. Maybe you can have too much fire because it's a cancer gene, but you can't have too
Well, I
much.
was gonna say you can make the all white. Yeah.
You can't have too much vanilla though, right? You can't
Yep.
because now it's what you can't have too much disco because, like I said, it's not a dead end. But there's certain
Vanilla, baby.
You have too much Mojave. You have too much black pastel. Too much cinnamon. Too much. Certain genes are just whatever. There's like a limit where you go, oh man, I got too much of that.
I should have worn my lace shirt tonight. I should have put my lace shirt on tonight.
Oh, Danny and the lace shit. Oh, it's so funny with
Could
that.
have had the chest wieners poking out and all.
Knowing Danny still damn well has lace sitting in his collection in them fucking bins. He knows. Oh, he just be quiet about it. But,
Yep. Worst investment though, and the downfall of DTMG apparently.
dude, when you're selling a single gene lace and freaking nobody wants to buy it at that point, yeah, whatever. Okay, it's bad investment. Okay, I get it. But if you got a freaking whatever, blah blah blah, cool ass lace, he's bringing all the milkshakes to the yard. I don't want to
Telling
hear it.
people to put their money where their mouth is also doesn't help the case.
Dude, I'll stay in cool
Buy my
vanilla.
shit.
Buy my shitty steak that I do.
That motherfucker, dude, Danny, just buy it. He got the logo on the shit. You better buy it.
I don't know what the hell this is.
That's Cypress something, bro.
No, it's vanilla.
Fuck out of here.
I swear to God, it came from my vanilla stuff.
Oh, you got more dinker shit to worry about than fucking you know what to do with then.
This is one of the vanilla triple het, True Ghost Clown.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
send it over here, Chris. I'll figure it out for
He's
you.
a holdback.
Yeah,
I
dude.
held her.
That's a snake I put in my rack. That looks
Oh,
Cypress.
she is. She's in the rack. Here's her sister. This is normal vanilla that I hit.
Yeah, you keep
Not
that.
this.
I want that striped one.
Yeah, not this. This is a regular vanilla that I usually hit.
Yeah, you can keep that weird one. That one.
This came. Well, so this was that crazy looking hypo clown to my vanilla TSK head hypo, and I hit her. I hit two a 1.1 vanilla hypos, double hits, and this vanilla triple hit.
Chris, you look at them, they have that weird pattern gene.
She's all. Look at her head, dude.
They got that weird shit you got going on in that bang shit. It has that
But
sideways.
totally different parents.
I don't know what the fuck you got going on over there, bro.
I don't know.
Hope
Got
the
some
guy-
weird genetic god.
yeah, it looks like right. It
Fucking
looks like a Cypress
curveballs
honey.
at me.
At 100%, that's what it looks like.
She's got a solid stripe.
The Cypress honey I used to make my freaking ghost whatever fucking Cypress with. That's exactly what that snake looks like.
But yeah, this is all the other vanillas look like this. That's why I think maybe there's vanilla in that hypo clown, and this is, I guess, a super vanilla, but she ain't got the bald head.
Doesn't explain why your bang shit looks like that. It's still the pattern. It's that weird stretched out pattern.
Or it's something in that bang boy. Maybe he's got extremists in him. I don't know.
There is that extreme gene that went around there for a while. Like everybody's dropped it because it was.
Well, that's what Ken Masick has. I don't know. Maybe
he
it's
is extremist. Like extreme
Yeah.
gene was a totally, I don't know what came from that or what, but it was different. I had a ton of extreme gene shit in the back of the day. I got rid of it all because it was like no way to market it for me. I couldn't tell the difference that
Now
much.
the hypos are different too. So this is the female, and this is the male.
What you doing to your snakes that are giving all weird patterns from different parents? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, look at
Fucking incubators fucking your damn freaking patterns up.
He's just buying from blind breeders.
I'm starting to think Chris
but
is
the color's all from these two. The color's all from
I
these
think
two.
it's kind of crazy that you just like the same kind of pattern shit. You over there incubating fucking crazy over there.
I don't know.
Incubation genetic fucking transformations. That is a real thing, by the way.
I don't know, but they're like 300 some grams. I've been stuffing them. Come on, you want to eat, baby? Once a week.
All right, guys. It's 11 o'clock. I'm calling it a night for us because I want to get to bed. Because tomorrow I've got to go make some big money. Scale pay. Gotta love it.
Make some big monies.
Big monies. Gotta pay for all the barbecuing and all that shit. But everybody remember June 21st is the barbecue. Only 3 weeks. What 3 weeks away? It'll be here before we know it.
It will.
Yeah, everybody that told me they were coming, y'all better have your asses there. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all better have your asses there. But yeah. Next week, I don't know who we're having on. I will try to get a guest on. I know I slacked this week, but I thought that this was also a good kind of talk about, the dinker shit, and then we kind of just went on our own little merry way.
Yes, everything we kind of show us dinkers.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, all we needed was Sortito was the dinker master.
Dinker town.
It's all like shit that's just really not really very good available out there.
This week, I will everybody. If Charlie gets me my test results back in time, it will be the bang clutch. Because like I said, I didn't want to do the video and it has say it's pos het clown the whole video. I want to be able to say, hey, this is a bang het, double het, or it's just a bang het. So hopefully Charlie puts me on the fast track, gets me that results. But also everybody do remember Carpet 15. Use the code, get your 15% off over at shedtesting.com. Link is in the description down below. Same thing with Husbandry Pro. Warfels 60 gets you that 60-day free trial. Use it, folks. Use it.
Bang test is, from what I hear, is operational, live and operational. I just actually found that out that it was fully operational.
What?
Oh, the bang test actually is operational.
Oh, no, lace. That's a bang. My bad. Lace.
I was going to say, whoa. Wait a minute here.
See, that's my fucking dyslexia. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, the lace
test is fully operational.
Test is operational.
Get your shit tested.
Yeah,
is operational as well. So
dyslexia is hard, man. I started thinking about dreams that they stick in my head.
Okay, I love you. I do
it all the time. Anybody said, you know me? I'm like, no, I meant clown. I'm talking about pop. But fuck.
Just do that when you're giving me prices.
I do it all the time with prices. I screw myself up with shows.
Yeah. You told me $50. I know. I'm at 5,500.
I don't do that. 1,500. I'm like, oh shit, that's the head clown one. Whoops.
Mel, PB&J for everybody. PB&Js and Lunchables.
Yeah, don't be bringing no light jerky. Some lightweight jerky.
Mel's cooking up.
I'm bringing my scaled, Mel.
We got pork barbecue. We got ribs.
Ooh.
And barbecue chicken. And then 2 sides. I forget what all the 2 sides were. I forget what Mel and I had talked about.
Jeremy got a reality check of what freaking
yeah.
World
all I got is everything, I do accept donations from everybody that's coming. There will be a donation thing there that if anybody wants to be generous and put it out there.
Jeremy took a tough
donate to it. But this was a giant, poof, reality check here.
Yeah, meat's not cheap.
Catering shit costs.
Jeremy took a tough early, man. So say a prayer for him. He took a tough earlier in the group chat.
I did. Y'all, we went from having this awesome meal of cornbread too. I don't know if I said Mel's doing cornbread, but he's doing cornbread too. But we went from having all those courses to freaking Lunchables, and then John screwed that up by telling me how expensive Lunchables were.
Oh, yeah,
so then y'all were going to have to go to the river and catch your own damn food and then grill it here.
Go buy some of the PB&J Crustable or Crustable.
We'll just go pick out of your garden.
There ain't no garden good.
Oh, we're going to starve.
My wife brings them home once in a while. I'm like, holy shit,
be-
you pay like
it'll be
$5 for a damn peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I quit.
It'll be fat, hot, and afraid at Jeremy's.
Yeah, now the reality of what freaking meat costs these days is.
Dude, I got like the price, like I know, like I started making some. I guess I should have made it known that I didn't think I was getting raked, but like I just started joking around with the whole thing because I'm just like, holy shit! Like I knew it was going to be expensive for what all we were getting.
And everybody knows Jeremy's delivery sucks in text messages. So.
Oh, it does, dude. I will I tell everybody I suck with wording. I literally suck with wording things, like totally 100%.
Get a Bang Daddy Visa card.
I was like, is this fucker serious? Like, is he being like, what? I just gave this dude the ultimate hookup. I'm basically fucking cooking this shit for free, and he's talking this shit. I'm like,
I didn't mean it to come across like that. I meant it all just joking, good fun. Like I was just having fun with it. It's like, well, I'll try to figure out a way because my big thing is, I know people. So there are going to be some people that don't come, so I don't want to have prepared spend a crap ton of money for a shit ton of food and be left with half of what we freaking got, and it's just like, well, fuck.
So, you want to have conversations about shit like that? Do it over the phone. Text sucks.
Yes.
Well, I'm coming. I'll be there with Mike.
Jeremy was fucking declined. The whole group.
Yeah.
We had an F Jeremy smear campaign today. Yes, he got told F Jeremy how many times? Man, you even got your name.
Oh, dude, I don't know. Hell, even Shay came in like an hour later.
Your new nickname was Squeaky.
We're getting killed in this fucking chat, man. Fuck.
Who's getting killed?
Yeah, I got Jeremy's getting beat up. I got beat up by Charlie.
Dude, it was a rough moment being Jeremy there for a little bit, but like I said, Mel and I did get some things figured out there to make things a little bit more kind of where I think we need to be as far as how much food to have. And worst case scenario, I mean, I figure there's going to be people bringing some sides. Sure. There's going to be desserts. And I'm going to have some burgers and hot dogs on standby in case by some dumb chance we do run out.
You should do a thing for the next 3 weeks. Put a thing on Facebook or Instagram. The invite, like a party. See if you can try to get a head count for yourself. That'll help you out too. Some kind of, is that a head count thing? Is like basically.
Yeah, no, this was the head count. Yeah.
Like I said, I know they do them group invite things and like going or can't make it or whatever. When you have a party like that, it's pretty helpful.
Yeah, but can you create like one of them?
Some of them were bad jokes, Mel. I will give you that.
Can you create one of them?
Triple.
Can't you create like one of them like baby shower lists where when someone buys the item, it takes it off the list, or when someone's bringing the item, it takes it off the list?
Probably do that for another one, but probably not. It's probably too close to this one to really do that.
I don't even know how to do that.
It's 3 weeks.
I know, but it's kind of like to put that together and freaking all the organization, what to bring and all that shit. Kind of like I put it out there. Bring a side. Like of course, bring your own beer.
Let's see what I put in.
You're gonna put a fucking boogie in there.
You got to put a rat or something in there.
Teabag that jar.
Oh God!
At least Nate's even considering still coming.
I'm just glad Nate's coming yet, because last year we were all kind of like feeling the hit of Nate not wanting to be with us.
Well, we were all about to be at Nate's house in 3 weeks. I'm sorry, like.
Yeah. Nate was threatening to take my whole party away.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Nate could have took that meat hit.
Joseph, if you're over in North, you are just across the river right now, dude. In all honesty, I don't really have a whole lot. What I have on Morph Market, that's basically what I've got, man. It's like 5 snakes at the moment.
I do who does got snakes. Triforce Morphs. Morph Market. Steal your damn sales over here. Freaking make some more snakes, Jeremy.
I've got that clown. The next clutch that should be clown stuff. That's due to hatch this week. Clutches are starting to come out. They're starting to pip and everything. So we will have stuff here in the near future. So it won't be long. I'll have some stuff for July Gettysburg, not a whole lot, but come like fall time, we're gonna have a good selection for ball pythons.
If anybody watching is interested and don't follow some Morph Market, we will be releasing some adults over the next couple weeks, and getting some food in them. Some girls are laid, some girls that didn't lay. I'm just trying to move out to make whole backs move over. So give me a chance to get yourself your hands on some good adults.
Yep. Same.
It's the worst time of the year for me, man. I hate letting my big girls go, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
I've got some adults I'll be releasing as here after they get a couple more meals in them after they've laid and stuff like that too as well. So,
yep. Yeah.
Like normal triple het, she'll be up for grabs here at some point. She's got one meal in her. I want to get a couple more in her just to make sure that she's
yep,
back on the fast track of.
It's heartbreaking.
Adam.
5.
We gotta end this show like 17
Damn, Adam.
I always laugh at the show ending. Like people are like, we're actually waiting for it to end. Like it.
There's show ended like 3 times.
There's 24 people. They're probably all sitting there timing. It's like, man, these guys don't know how to end shit.
I always say, like, we're bad. It's over. We're just talking shit here.
Yeah, tune out. We're just talking shit.
We're just talking shit. We'll just do this backstage for an hour anyway.
We ain't doing that shit tonight.
No, I know. I got
everyone's watching.
Wants to tune out. All backstage, and then I'm out.
Yeah, anybody watching and wants to tune out, the snake talk's kind of done. Now we're just talking shit.
Glad to hear it, Julia. Glad to hear it.
Nice.
Adam, I do wish you would have been able to come out this year. It's going to be different without you. But we are going to have Phil, hopefully on guitar. And I think Kent is going to also possibly play for us. So
nice.
Out, Adam. You're missing out.
Ooh.
He ain't going to get stage fright, hopefully.
Encores. Oh, shit. Actually, you know what? We need to get Adam on here one of these weeks.
Because we all got an attention span of a net. Like, it's just like, oh, let's talk about this.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel.
We do kind of do that.
Snake.
I'm not gonna lie. We do that a lot.
Oh, gecko.
Orbit. Anyway. All right, everybody. Have an awesome rest of the week. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Check out all the channel sponsors. Link for the channel memberships down below. Check it out. Channel members, I am planning on having a member live here this month. I do apologize for missing this past month. We will have one this month, though, for sure. So be ready for that.
Life is hectic.
Encore.
Awesome, Adam. Awesome. All right, we'll get it set up. All right, everybody. Have an awesome rest of the night. I'll try to get the video out this week. And if not, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I'll give you something this week, though. Peace, everybody. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you.